痛みを恐れてしまったおまじないのよ Good morning, everybody. Or actually, good. I forgot it's 1:05 today. I took a huge nap this morning, like after I finished my work and got a bit of lunch. I laid down, like, see it's over by my bookshelf with my cat. Just I was out. My cat was probably still awake. I think I woke up and he was like staring down outside at his kingdom, as cats do. Um, but I was gone. I was so tired. I literally just woke up. I'm like, you know what? I feel okay now. I think I'm gonna stream. So to everybody who is here, thank you very much for a little more Snowbreak today. Which, quickly becoming my slight obsession. I'm playing a few other games as well, but this is the one that's hitting that sweet spot for me. Anyway, I hope you're all doing well. I'm just glad it's Friday. No.
Wow.
Whoa. Oh, what is this? Work goal. Yao Quiet Quitter. That's a nice outfit. I do like that. So she's like a sexy office lady with a sniper. Okay, I can dig that. Give me 1 second, you guys.
Reasons to fight? One's all I need.
I bet I know what her reason to fight is. For anybody who hasn't been watching, this is like a harem game. Like every single girl in this game is romantically involved. It's one of the reasons I was interested, because I heard that. I'm like, oh, you know, a lot of gacha games, they sort of tease the shipping. Like Wuthering Waves is really bad. Like they tease the shipping with Rover between Carlotta kinda, but it was really bad with I don't remember her name, lady of the deep, the jellyfish lady with the poison. God, I'm drawing a blank, but her and Cartathea, especially Cartathea, the romance was like really heavy. And then I want to say also, you know, sort of, and then the wolf lady, I remember her name, but it never goes beyond like shipping. So in this one, they actually do stuff. I'm like, oh, that's kind of wild. Before I do like any. Can welcome again. I've been seeing you all the time on my streams lately. How's your Friday shaping up to be? Oh my god. Still a little tired, still a little groggy. Let's see here. Homework, no! What class we got homework for? Oh, we kill things. And so I don't even...
Welcome to the Heimdall Operational
Linguistics, so like
Optimization Test.
language.
Adjutant, don't get assimilated by the hams.
Oh boy.
2, 1.
Gear
30
up,
seconds
Hera,
has
end of
sequence
test.
go take down the hams or risk a
Think you
system-wide
can hold out a little longer?
Just kidding.
Are these we fight these? One.
Run complete. Test executed perfectly. Adjutant,
I don't know
your
what
moves
this
were as
is.
good as mine. I'll count on you next.
I feel like this is a weird. It's actually what's really weird is that you are playing adjutant. No, and not one of the girls. Well, not one of the girls. Okay. Oh, so I have to get like. I have to go. I don't want to do this. We're gonna go start doing the fight. We'll do the main story again. So we'll go to Velocia. Fragment of Truth. Right now, I think we were at the point where we were trying to figure out who killed Tia, who is the head of the quantum mechanics science department. And we had just done some observations of her science lab to see if we could figure out who done it. So June 16th, 11:12 a.m. We arrived at the High Energy Research Institute. The ruling at the Hall of Truth was behind us. Once we presented the decisive evidence, Lizzie's name was cleared without delay. The Acropolis examined the Zophoros. Oh, no, you know what? I think we did this. Yeah. I'm gonna fast forward here. Yep, we did this. Skip. I'm gonna say, I'm like, this sounds so familiar. Yes, we did all of this. I forgot the game had like crashed on me the other day. So this was where we were last time, was this one. Now we're gonna do this. Oops. Yeah, that weird connection thing. Acropolis? Someone over what? Glanced at Lizzie and hesitated. Finishing.
被害者の遺体を調べ直す予定です。
Ooh, autopsy.
不正がないよう検査する過程は全て録画されます。
Whole process will be recorded to keep. I feel bad for whoever got record that. I've never seen an autopsy done, and I don't wanna. Good. I nodded. If we could uncover the actual cause of death, we'd be one step closer to cracking the case. Let's keep moving on our end too, right? And we had determined that Tia had been killed and then stabbed because there was no like arterial spray or blood everywhere. And her body, if she had been killed by stabbing, her clothing would have had a lot more blood on it, was what we had determined. Now that the crime scene had been fully combed through, it was time to check the other two labs. Just as that thought crossed my mind, my eyes landed on the odd-looking detective bot. It had been quietly cataloging all the evidence the entire time, making our work surprisingly efficient. Ritia, Lizzie. I still can't get over that giraffe head of hers. Like, I just can't. どうしたの? This thing you two built has been a huge help.
私は別に自販機の提供やサポート以外何もしてないよ。開発はほとんどフリティア先輩一人でやってたから。
Much, I just set up the framework and handled a bunch of the grunt work. Little genius. All is Ritia.
フリティア先輩、こう見えてるけど、やっぱり本物の天才なんだよ。
Oh boy, calling Fritia tiny. There wasn't a hint of exaggerated flattery in her tone. Only pure sincerity.
そうかな。私ってそんなにすごいんだ。
She didn't even realize she was being called short. How cute. Wait, she's probably gonna figure that out soon.
待って。だからこうって
there we
何
go.
よ。
Was the tiny part really necessary?
いやー、とにかくさすがフリティア先輩です。
そうそう、さすがフリティア先生。
We are Professor Fritia. So I'm assuming she's like a super genius or something like that. I have no idea because I don't actually know Fritia that well. I chimed in, agreeing wholeheartedly.
いやー、そこまででもないけど、分析員までそう言うなら。
She's not smug at all.
謙虚なフリティア先生だけど、
Ever
みんなの言葉
humble
に
for
甘え
Professor
ちゃうんだ
Fritia.
な。
And she called herself Sensei. So one of the more interesting things I find about Japanese culture is that you don't add like a suffix to your name. Like other people will call you Sensei or they'll use San. You don't do that to yourself. That's like it's like what someone with a big head would do. So her calling herself both humble and Sensei, I guess, is the contradiction here. Just then, I felt a tug at the hem of my coat. I turned to find Etchel sidling up to me, her cheeks puffed out in the cutest little pout.
分析員、僕も。褒め
Content
て。
2. What am I praising you for? Hush. Etchel, you're amazing too.
イチェル、賢いから。
That's not I would not exactly call you smart, but you're cute, so it's okay. I'll allow it.
イチェルは確かに賢いね。
Well, Fritia says she is.
ありがとう。フリティアも賢いぞ。僕と同じくらい。それって褒めてる？
She can't figure out if she's being insulted or not. Should we accept that as a compliment? Fritia scratched her head, caught off guard. Then, as if she remembered something else, her eyes lit up and she turned back to me.
あ、そうだ、分析員。自動調査機には証言収集機能が搭載されてるから試してみてね。
So the detective bot also has a testimony analyzer function. What is a test? Good job, Adjutant. What is a testimony analyst?
証人の証言を分析することもできるんだ。
Oh. Scans witness statements for use.
事
Okay.
件と関係のある手がかりなら赤文字にするし、何より嘘を検出できるんだ。
I do think the ability to detect lies is pretty cool. I wonder how that would work. Oh, it scans so it flags any clues regarding the case in red. Coolest part, it can detect lies
正
too.
確率は 80% ってとこかな。
But it's an 80% accurate. So I don't know if that's. I mean, I guess that's useful, but if you can't figure out whether or not it's accurate, then even if it's just 20% inaccurate, that's still. I don't know if that's enough to use in a case like this. Wait, it can seriously do that?
試してみればわかるよ。自動調査機、嘘検出モードにして。
Oh, lie detection. I paused to think for a beat, then turned to Etchel, who was watching with wide, curious eyes. Etchel, did you finish all your veggies this morning like I told you?
うん、ちゃんと食べ終わったぞ。ぷっぷー、嘘です。
Oh, that's a cute growl, though. Etchel glared daggers at the machine, puffing up in outrage.
分析、この調査機壊れてるぞ。
Or blame it on the robot. I actually would 100% believe that the robot is correct in this one, though. Sure it is. I quickly pulled Etchel in my arms before she could throw a punch at the robot. Whether or not it was actually malfunctioning was debatable, but if her fist connected, it'd definitely be out of commission.
やっぱり私が検証してみるね。
Right, alright. Let Professor Freetia conduct a proper test.
リディ
We're
ア、
relying on you,
今朝
Freetia
分析
sensei.
員を起こしに行ったよね。
Is it true that you went to Adjutant's room to wake him up this morning?
どうして急にそんなこと聞くんですか？
Embarrassed. What? Why are you asking me that all of a sudden? Lydia tensed, and so did I, even as I kept trying to calm Etchel down.
聞いてみただけだよ。リディアが「はい」って答えたら測定モードの実力を証明できるから。
Oh, no reason. Just say yes. It'll be enough to check if the machine's working.
その
That's a lie.
私は確かに
Indeed, indeed. She kept fiddling with her glasses, cheeks turning redder by the second. Freetia.
大丈夫ですから分析員さん、答えてみせます。
It's okay. Can't answer that question. No, you can't. I mean, you could. I've been about to jump in and bail her out, but suddenly, Vidya straightened her back, bit her lip, and looked at the robot with fierce determination. Then, in a rapid-fire mumble that was almost impossible to catch,
分析員さんと一緒に起きたかっただけです。
I actually went to the adjutant's room so I could wake up with him together. The moment the words left her mouth, an odd calm settled over her, like she'd ripped off a band-aid.
ピンポン。真実です。
So she didn't want to wake me up, she wanted to wake up with me.
やっぱりちゃんと機能してるね。それにしてもさっきのビディア、すごく早口だったね。ほぼ聞き取れなかったよ。
Looks like the lie detection modes work in working order, although Vidya kinda blurred that last part. I didn't catch a word. Poor Vidya, she's so embarrassed. Imagine that. How sad, we didn't catch a thing. Her blush had crept all the way down her neck. Figured it was time to steer this conversation elsewhere. Well, now that we know it works, let's go gather some testimonies. Although, Etchel, next time, are finishing your veggies. Got it?
今度はちゃんと食べるから。
Be a good girl next time, Etchel. collect some testimonies, we circled back to Miss Doris.
証言をもう一度ですか。よければ今回は思いつく限りどんな細かいことでもいいので補足しておいてください。
Don't mind. This time, try to include extra. If it's alright with you, I'd like to ask you a few follow-up questions about yesterday.
昨日のこと。スケジュールによるとあなたは被害者と2回も会っていますよね。
According to Miss Tia's day plan, you met with her twice yesterday.
その2回で何かおかしなことはありましたか？
Was there anything unusual about either of those events?
それは
ドリス先輩、本当にお願い。
Doris.
先輩
Senpai.
の証言で先生を殺した犯人が見つかるかもしれないんだよ。
Anything you can remember might help us figure out who really killed Miss Tia.
わかりました。
Alright, I'll do my best. I don't know, part of me still finds her kinda
6月
suspicious.
14日、先生から翌日に学院に戻るとの連絡が来ました。
Miss Tia contacted me on the night of June 14th, saying she'd be returning to the Acropolis the next day.
そこで約束通り、朝の8時に研究室へ行ったら、先生は研究室の中で私を待っていました。
Got to the lab at 8 a.m., just like we agreed. She was already there, waiting.
最初は先生とちょっとだけ世間話をしました。どうして連絡取れなくなったのかって聞いても、何も教えてくれませんでした。
We exchanged a few pleasantries. I asked where she had been all this time. Didn't answer.
そして先生に実験の申請の話をして、先生が快諾してくれたので、午後5時までに申請書を書き上げるからまた提出しに戻るって約束して一旦帰ったのです。
Okay, this is in blue. I'm assuming it's important. So then I brought up my experiment application. She approved it quickly, and we agreed I'd come back at 5 p.m. once I had finished the proposal.
そしたら5時頃に書き上げた申請書を手に研究室へ戻って先生に手続きをしてもらいました。
At 5
手
p.m.
続きが終わって
Oh.
帰ったのは確か午後5時20分前後で、
So at 5 p.m., I came back and gave her my proposal. She helped me process the application, and then I left the lab around 5:20 p.m.
まさか
But
これが最後の別れだなんて。
never imagined that would be the. As Dory spoke, the machine let out 2 sharp beeps. Out of the corner of my eye, I know busy. Fists clenched tight, face tense with disbelief that Doris would lie. She lied, but I didn't call Doris out. Not yet. Thank you. That helps give us a clearer picture of the day. Now, can you walk us through what you saw the next morning? Discover the scene.
実験申請が無事通ったから早く実験を始めたいと思って、その翌日は早起きして研究室に来ました。
Experiment had been approved, so I came in early the next morning, excited to get started.
だいたい7時10分ぐらいだと思います。その時、1回だけ端末を見た記憶があるので。
So I didn't get a whole lot of that, but I do want to say Shichiji is 7 o'clock. Jupun is 10. So 7:10. And then Gurai is around or about. So Shichiji Jupun Gurai around 7:10.
それで ID カードを使ってドアを開けようとしたらロックがかかっていました。
Try to unlock the lab.
皆さんのご存知の通りです。
The door wouldn't open. After that, know the rest.
警備の人を呼んでドアを破壊してもらいました。
Called security and forced it open. Mind if I ask one more thing?
どうぞ。
Also, go ahead. Is the lab door only accessible with card?
はい。もしくは室内にいる誰かにドアを開けてもらうか。
Unless someone opens it for you, it is.
あの日は早めに着いたので中に誰もいないと思って ID カードを使いましたが開かなくて。
So I tried my card, but is there any way to bypass the ID system and still get in?
一応ありますけど結構大変な手続きをしなきゃいけませんね。
You have to file a form.
外から研究室のドアを開けられるのは基本。病試験の ID カードを持ってる人だけだと思います。
You have to file a formal request with propolis and go through a ton of red tape. Normally, only someone with a quantum sciences lab ID can open it from the outside.
それからドアは暴力による解錠行為があると自動的にロックするようになっています。
Got words in red here. So also, if the door is physically damaged, the system's auto triggers a full lockdown.
おおよそ10センチくらいの厚みがあるのでロックがかかった状態で開けようとしたら内部から開けるかドアを完全に破壊しないといけません。
It's nearly 10 centimeters thick. Once that lockdown's active, you'd either have to open it from the inside or break it down. So this is in red. The lie was in blue. I'm wondering if red means it's a true statement.
暴力による解錠行為でもロックするんですか？
Wait, just now you said if the door is physically damaged, it locks itself?
はい。それがどうかしましたか？
ドリスさん、初めて現場に行った時、ドアに破壊された跡はありましたか？
When you first arrived at the scene, did you notice any signs of damage on the door? That's a good question.
ないと思いますが。
So, nai means no. Inai doesn't exist. Omo means I don't think or to think. So if she's saying nai omo, it means I don't think so.
言い切れますか？
Absolutely sure.
はい。警備の人を呼ぶのには現場写真が必要なので写真を撮っておきました。
Acquired them when I called
こ
for
ち
help.
らを見てください。
ああ、進展があると思ったのに、また行き詰まったかもしれません。
You know, this door reminds me of a door I made in 3ds Max back when I was attending college. Just when I thought we were making progress, it feels like we've hit a wall again. I knew exactly what was weighing on Vid. If we could prove the door wasn't sealed by the emergency button, we might finally crack the locked room mystery. But Lydia still got another lead to follow. I shot her an encouraging look. She took a deep breath and quickly gathered herself.
はい、わかりました、分析員さん。
Right, understood, Adjutant. Wakarimashita.
ドリスさん、
On these doors. Her sudden intensity clearly startled Boris.
はい。
一つお聞きしたいことがあります。
There's something else I need to ask you. I like how they have how she has a magnifying glass to her face.
はい。
What is it?
どうして嘘をついたんですか？
Ooh, she went right out and said it. Can you explain why you lied to us?
嘘なんてついてません。
I didn't lie, and that's a lie.
残念ながら、それも嘘ですね。
A lie.
トリス先輩、先生と会った日に一体何があったの？理事長、
Uh-oh.
私は
What are you hiding from us, Doris Senpai?
これ以上とぼけないでね。 あなたの嘘はフリティア先生が開発した嘘発見システムの目をごまかせないから。
Yep, there's no point trying to deny it. Your lies won't make it past the latest system I designed. Sasuga, Professor Fritia, or Fritia Sensei.
嘘発見システム。なるほど、さっきから聞こえるあの音はそうだったんですね。
Protection system? So those beeps from earlier.
ごめん
I
ね
see.
理事ちゃん。わざと隠してるわけじゃないの。
I never meant to keep anything from you. What is she
た
keeping?
だ
I just
あの日に起きた本当のことを教えてくれますか？
tell us what really happened.
昨日久しぶりに先生と会えて本当に嬉しかったんです。
Yesterday, I finally saw Miss Tia again after so long. I was really happy.
でも先生はなんだか思い詰めた表情をしていました。
Distracted. Something heavy was
会ってすぐ私が昔からずっと申請していた実験の話になりました。
After we started talking, she brought up the experiment I'd been applying for. One she'd always so she had rejected it before, and now she was
今まで
allowing
何
it.
度も申請を出しましたが、私がまだまだ未熟だからって先生はうなずいてくれなかったんです。
So I'd submit. She never approved it. Always said I wasn't ready
な
yet.
のに昨日先生からあの実験の
So
話
she
をして
brought it
く
up
れ
on
まし
her
た。
own yesterday.
これから指導できなくなっちゃうから私に試させてもいいって。
Oh man, that's heavy. So even she knew she was probably gonna die then.
正直あの時はまだ深く考えなかったのですが、午後に申請書を持って先生を訪ねたら急に先生に
At the time, I didn't think much of it, but when I went back late that afternoon, she said something strange.
理事の面倒を見てあげてって言わ
Asked
れ
me
ました。
after
今を思うとまるで
Nope, she's right. It sounds almost like she knew she was going to die.
遺言みたいじゃないですか。
Final words.
はい。理事ちゃんが先生を殺したなんて考えたこともありません。でも密室の中ですし、もしかしたら
Once believed. Locked room. If Miss Tia
私がもっと早く気づけたら。
トリス先輩
though potentially cleared of suspicion,
トリス先輩聞いて
could you imagine like such a serious moment and here's this giraffe-headed girl
先生は
trying
絶
to
対
tell
に
you to look
自
at
殺
her?
なんかしないから。
No way, Miss Tia.
自殺する理由もないし、
Oh, so Miss. Okay.
仮に自殺だとしても私たちを巻き込んだりしないはず。
That is true. Even if she had, she'd never drag them into something like
きっと誰かが先生を殺してその後密室に偽装したんだと思う。
stage that lock.
だから自分を責めないで。先輩は十分に頑張ったから。これだけの情報があればきっと犯人を見つけ出せるはず。
Don't
ここから
blame
は
yourself.
私たちに任せて。
Already helped us so much. The information you shared is priceless. We'll handle the rest. So I will say it does seem very much like a cover-up, though. I don't think she committed it either. I think maybe
必ず
poison
真実を見つけ出すから。必ず。
or maybe some kind of like I don't want to say psionics, but like some kind of scientific-esque, almost magical ability that can kill someone without leaving evidence. And then she was stabbed to make it look like Lizzie killed her. Leaving the quantum sciences lab, I couldn't shake Doris's words from my mind. No words. It confirmed what I had suspected all along. Miss Tia knew she was being targeted. Her disappearance hadn't been random. It was her way of outrunning death. Yet, she came back to the Acropolis, fully aware of what was waiting for her here. She didn't say those things because she planned to die by her own hand. She said them because she knew exactly why she was going to die. She might have even known to kill her. Saw the whole picture, and still, she chose to come back. Was it to try and meet me? Just like Tao had said, she had discovered something that could help us take down Etta. Before she could pass it on, Etta found out and made sure she never spoke again. If only I'd gotten here sooner. The thought pulled my gaze toward Lizzie on instinct. Before I could look, Lydia stepped in, gently blocking my view. Slipped her hand into mine, gripping it tight. Didn't need to say a word. Just one look into those calm, clear eyes told me she understood. She needed me to understand too. I squeezed her hand in response, silent answer to my dear Miss Detective's determination. With that, hesitation and doubt clouding my thoughts vanished without a trace. What rose in its place was resolve. Solid, unshakable, stronger than anything I had felt since arriving in Philosia. I'm not the type who'd wallow in sentimental stuff. A debt of gratitude will be repaid, a debt of blood avenged, tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. That was my mission now, and I wouldn't stop until I was done. June 16, 11:23 a.m. We had wrapped up the investigation at the Quantum Sciences Lab and made our way to the Titan Sciences Lab. The door was sealed shut. Just as Lizzie was reaching for her terminal to call someone, a tall figure approached from the side.
あら、あなたたちは。
Oh my. Far. Her gaze swept over us, sharp, probing. A beat later, her tone shifted, cool and certain.
確か今回の事件調査を担当する裁判員たちなのよね。
If I'm not mistaken, you must be the specialists assigned to this case. Yes, that is correct.
魔王先生。
So that's Maon Sensei.
理事もいるのね。
Lizzie, you
はい。先生を殺した犯人が見つからないままなんて納得できない。
and Miss Tia was my advisor. I can't sit around while her killer is out there.
だから裁判員たちと一緒に真実を見つけたいんだ。
Wants to help not the investigation team find the truth. The investigation team, not the adjutant.
なるほどね。ティアもきっと嬉しいでしょう。
Ureshi means happy, not at peace, but it works. She'd be at peace knowing you're fighting to uncover what really happened.
学院から知らせが来てたから、もちろん調査に協力するわ。
I don't want to say she's suspicious, but...
では、自己紹介するわね。タイタン物質開発研究室、タブ研の責任者、マオ。よろしくね。
It's interesting, she introduced her name last. But we say I'm Maon, head of the Titan Sciences Labs. Maon first. Right hand tucked casually in her coat pocket, Maon stood with an unshakable calm. Not a flicker of unease on her face. If anything, she came across as sharp and steely.
圧の強い人だね。
It's kinda intimidating. You think so, Freetia?
リチェル、なんか息苦しいよ。
Makes Etchel uncomfortable. Wonder why. Whispering under their breath, the two crept closer behind me as if seeking cover. That pressure? It didn't faze Vidya, or me, the slightest. Adjusting her glasses, Vidya stepped forward, meeting Maon's gaze head on.
では真央さん、昨日の行動を教えてくれますか？
Then, oh! Nightbot actually did something. Framed Billy 2.0. Tried to post a link and Nightbot. Wow, I think this is the first time my bot has ever actually stopped a link from being posted on my Twitch account. Damn. Then, Miss Mound, we'd like you to confirm your movements yesterday. Could you tell us the details of your day?
ここで話していいのかしら。
Want me to do that here? You said it, Tin. I don't exactly know what that emote means, but you said it.
何か不便でも？
Is that a problem?
いいえ、ただてっきりもっとプロフェッショナルな、せめて嘘発見器のある場所で話すことになるかと思って。
Oh, I just assumed you'd want to be more methodical. Fire up a lie detector or whatever it is. Did she know that Freetia had a lie detector? Oh.
裁判員の皆さんがいいなら、もちろん今でも構わないわ。
Maybe it's because she doesn't know.
後でまた同じことを聞かないように。時間の無駄だもの。
Wow, she's got a bit of attitude, but if you're fine going ahead like this, I can give my statement now. I just prefer not to be dragged back again later to repeat myself. Feels like a waste of everyone's time.
時間の無駄が嫌いなのは私たちも同じです。
Hate wasting time as much as you do.
それはよかったわ。それじゃ、聞きたいのは事件当時にしていたことでいいわよね。
Good. Well then, you're asking about where I was during the incident, correct?
昨日一日中の行動について話してください。
Like a complete rundown of your...
一日中ね。
So, ichinichi, I believe, means day. Whole day. Ichinichi junen. Entire day.
何か難しいことでも？
Nanika mukashi. Nanika mukashi
何か難しいことでも？
koto demo. Okay, nanika muzukashi koto demo. So muzukashi means difficult. Like if I was gonna say Nihongo wa muzukashi, Japanese is difficult. Or like Nihongo wa wakaru koto demo muzukashii. Maybe. Japanese is difficult to understand. Maybe, I don't know for sure. But muzukashi, difficult.
いいえ、ただ
Write it
今
down.
思い出しているだけよ。
This will be on the test. Not at all. I just need a moment to recall the details. He has yell in her face.
ティアが戻ってくるのを知ったのは昨日。いや、一昨日だわ。
It was yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. First heard Miss Tia was returning.
仕事の相談をしたいから、15日の午前8時30分に会う約束をしたの。
We had a few work matters to discuss, so we arranged to meet at 8:30 a.m. on the 15th.
まあ、一応私も多忙の身だから。話が終わった後はすぐに研究室に戻ったわ。
Conversation was brief, Alright, we got red.
実験事故が起きたので。
There was some kind of incident at the life sciences lab next door. Red. Which means...
そこのネオンさんという人が怪我をして血を流してたから手当ての手伝いをしてあげたの。
lab had been injured. She was bleeding heavily, so I went over to help her. This is probably going to be important. So Miss Neon from the life sciences lab.
昨日午後4時30分の出来事ですか？
Happened at 4:30 p.m. yesterday.
ええ。騒がしくなった時に一度時計を見たのだけれど、ちょうどそれくらいだったのよ。
That's correct. I remember checking the time right when I heard the noise. Around then. So, oh right, I remember now. The analysis bot highlights any important information in red. So this is important information.
生命科学研究室の事故について詳しく教えてくれますか？
Can you tell us more about the incident?
詳しい話は知らないけれど、確か研究用の変異生物が発狂して、それで噛まれたとかなんとか。
The detail. Only that one of their experimental creatures went berserk and bit her.
大した傷じゃなかったようだし、学院の医療レベルならすぐに治るはずでしょう。
Anything major with the Acropolis research, her injury would...
詳しく知りたいなら彼女本人から聞きなさい。
Want specifics? You'll have to ask
後
her
で聞いてみ
directly.
ます。どうぞ続けてください。
Follow up on that, please
その
continue.
後、ま
Yes.
た研究室に戻ったわ。
I returned to my
午
lab
後
and kept
6時
working
30
until
分くらいまでずっと自分の仕事で忙しかったの。
6:30
その
p.m.
間、他に誰か研究室にいましたか？
Is anyone else in the lab during that time?
ええ、
Good question.
6時までは。それ以降はみんな帰宅しているもの。
Others were there until around 6 o'clock. After that, everyone
で
had
は
clocked out.
6時以降は何をしてましたか？
And dewa means after that. Rokuji, dewa, rokuji, and after 6 o'clock. What did you do?
6時30分から始まるプレゼンのために準備をしていたのよ。
So, something to note. Again, Japanese lesson. Time words often go first. This is why you're hearing
6時30分から
Rokuji 30分 6:30. Rokuji 6 o'clock 30分 30 minutes. I just want to say that.
プレゼン？
This is as much for me as it is for anybody who is actually interested in learning Japanese. What kind of presentation?
学院の卒業生向けにタブ研について説明するプレゼンよ。
There's no way I'm
うち
gonna
の
be
研究室は最近研究員を募集してるの。
orientation session for graduating students, promoting the Titan Sciences Lab to potential recruits. We're expanding, so we're looking for new researchers.
午後の6時30分から8時30分まではずっとオンラインでプレゼンを。
午後6時と8時3午後6と時
午後の6時30分から8時30分までは
から So go is I think afternoon. 午後6時30分から8時30分。
午後の6時30分から8時30分までは
まではまで。So, para is sort of like saying from. So, technically that would be right there. から。
それが終わると退勤して帰宅したわ。
After that, I headed straight home.
研究室から出るときに何か異常はありましたか？
Notice anything out of the ordinary when you left?
特にいつも通りよ。
Everything was exactly as it
昨
should
日
be.
の行動はおおむねこの通りね。他に何か聞きたいことは？
Okay, so we did not detect a lie. There's a 20% chance there was a lie, but something tells me the game is not gonna do that to us. Can you tell us what you and Miss Tia were discussed that morning?
申し訳ないけど学院の機密事項に関する話だから教えられないわよ。
Confidential, huh? Not authorized to share, huh?
詳しく聞きたいなら権限を申請することね。
Shit. Alright, so we're gonna have to go through Acropolis red tape if we want to actually figure out what they were talking about. Understood.
他に質問は？
Wakarimashita. Any other questions? I
こ
shook
れ
my
から
head.
私の研究室を調べるんでしょ？準備ができたらいつでも始めていいわよ。
Then I assume you'll want to inspect my lab. If ready, we can begin right away. She's quite the cool cucumber. She reached across to her right pocket with her left hand, which was holding a book, fish out an ID card, and swiped it across the scanner. The security door slid open and she strode in. I watched her disappear into the lab, wondering whether that was the calm of someone with a clear conscience, or the composure of someone who knew they'd covered every trace.
さっきの証言に嘘はないはず。フリティア先生の調査機もそう判断しましたよね。
Don't think she was lying, and Fritia's robot didn't flag anything either.
うん
Right.
僕気になることがあるけど
But there's something I don't get. So, something tells me Etchel's kind of dumb, but she's got really good senses.
フリティアの調査機で嘘がわかるなら人を殺したって聞けばよくないか？
That's such a good question. If Fritia's robot can tell when people lie, why don't we just straight out ask, did you kill Miss Tia?
え？
待ってそれはダメだからさっき説明しそびれたけどこの調査機は血液が流れる速さと心拍数を測定して嘘を感知してるの。
So it doesn't work like that. The lie detection system mostly works by tracking physiological reactions like heart rate and blood flow.
言ったら誰でもギョッとする質問だと嘘は判別できなくなっちゃうから。
So if you ask a question that's bound to trigger big emotional reactions regardless, it won't give a That actually does make a kind of sense.
だって殺したよねって聞かれたら普通驚くじゃん。
Suddenly asked someone if they'd killed someone, pretty much anyone's gonna freak out a little, guilty or not. That's true.
正確率は 80% って言ったけど残りの 20% はこういうケースが含まれてるから。
Okay, so those emotional spikes fall into the 20% margin of error. That makes sense.
それだけで結論を出
That's
したら
actually really cool
大
that they
変な
added
こと
that.
になるよ。そんないい加減なやり方で犯人を決めつけるのは良くないよ。
If we go off that alone, we risk tons of potential of false positives. It's way too unreliable.
そうですか。
そうですか? I see, I see.
それから嘘発見システムがあるって知られたら心の準備ができちゃうし、そもそも感情を抑えながら答えることができる人なら嘘を言ったとしても気づかないんだ。
So this actually seems pretty important here since it's an orange. If someone expects to be questioned and steals themselves for it, or if they're just naturally good at lying without any emotional shifts, the robot might not pick it up at all. So potentially, Maun is just a really good liar. Hearing this, Vidia's eyes widened in dismay. She slumped forward, cradling her head with both hands as she groaned softly.
そんなことができるんですか？
You can do that?
もっと早く知りたかった。
Ah, if only she had known earlier, maybe she wouldn't have been caught.
もっと早くって？
Known what?
あ、その。
She's kind of funny, Vidya. Seeing Vidya flounder dangerously close to outing herself, I stepped in to steer the conversation back on track. Even so, Fritia, robot's already a huge help. We're never going to pin a murder on a single yes or no answer anyway. Its real value is flagging when someone's hiding something, helping us spot inconsistencies so we can zero in on hard evidence.
私もそう思うんだ。
Watashi mo sou monda. That's exactly what I thought. I wish I could do had a program that allowed me to add kanji and hiragana to these words so that I could see what they were. How to spell them. Alright. Let's not keep our opponent waiting. Time to roll.
自動調査機調査モード起動
Detective bot investigation mode. Let's go. Oh, and I'm at 15% battery for my watch, so we're gonna put this on the charger. I have a little. Oh, I got some marks on my hand. You can't actually see it because you're all the way over there. Detective bot investigation
調
mode.
査モ
Let's
ー
do
ド
it.
起動します
Osha mode.
アクロポリススペシャルジュース
The academic acropolis signature juice box.
サイズは S、
Available
M、
large
L の3つ
jumbo.
お値段も40、80、180の3つ
Only 40, 80, or 180 bit each. So, 50, 80, 180.
ぜひお買い求めください
Multiple flavors. Grab yours while supply lasts.
また広告だね
For ads. Let's ad mode again. I've been meaning to ask, does it actually have drinks inside?
ああ、あると思うよプログラムを書き換えただけで中身はまだ取り出してないから
Oh wait, so I could get a drink right now? Bro, I'm thirsty, I'll take one. Anyone else?
イチェルはポカポカエットで
Peak dew. Peak dew. Peak. That drink must be peak.
私は分析員さんと
I'll
同
have
じも
whatever
の
the
で大丈夫
adjutant's
です。
having. What about you, Lizzie?
私も分析員お兄ちゃんと同じの
Watashi no bunseki oni-chan.
じゃあ私も
I'll take the adjutant's choice too. Watashi no. The playful exchange cut the tension that had been coiling around us for hours. After a brief moment of levity, we turned our focus back to the Titan Sciences lab and the investigation ahead. Alright, time to investigate. Over here.
このパソコンを調べてもいい
Alright, if we...
お好きにどうぞ。
Oskimi. Ooh, you know what? I just realized I can use my phone and say the words out loud to get a translation. So we'll go to Japanese. Oskimi. And Otsuki. Oskimi. Am I just bad at pronouncing Japanese? Oskimi dozo. Oskimi dozo. Oh. Please come to Otsuki. I don't think that's right. Whatever. I'm just bad at this.
怪しいファイルはないみたい
Anything
待ってくだ
unusual?
さい、フリティア先生。何か見つけたかもしれません。
Professor Fritia, I think I found something.
あれさっき見た時にはそんなフォルダはなかったはずだけど
But I just checked that file definitely wasn't there just
一度
now.
消された隠しフォルダですね。
A deleted hidden file.
そんなのも見つけられるの
Her file?
リディアすごいね
Wait, is Vidya like really good with computers?
すごいというか慣れてるだけですよ。私もよ
Oh boy.
くじゃなくて
She's outing
大
herself.
事な資料を隠してますから。
Wouldn't say impressive, more like well practiced. I hide files pretty often myself. I mean, you know, some study material. Right, study material. It's science. Study materials.
関さん、い
Vidya,
つからそこにいたんですか？
how long have you been since you said you found something?
説明します。
I don't think she actually needs to explain. I get it. It's okay, Vidya. It's fine. No need. I understand. Poor Vidya. Oh my god. Blushing red, Vidya cupped her cheeks in both hands, trying to recover some composure.
中身を確認してみましょうか。
Nakami yo. Let's see what kind of secrets are hiding in here. Hang on one second. I actually want to do this one. See if I can actually get this. Nakami o. The contents. So, Nakami o would be what kind of secrets? This is essentially what the word is. The contents. As Vidya opened the hidden file, a pre-recorded video projected itself onto the screen. This must be the orientation presentation Miss Maun mentioned. The one promoting Titan Sciences Lab to graduating students. Although, why does the timestamp say it was recorded at 6:30 p.m. on June 14? Suspicious. I frowned, turning over the implications in my...
一昨日の録画をわざわざ消すなんて、まさか。
Video recorded 2 days ago, then deleted. Could it have been? Yes, this is Snowbreak. Soy Eugene MC, welcome.
そんなことをする意味がありません。
No, that doesn't add up. And we're gonna do this again. Sonakoto. This mean? That's it. Sonakoto, that's it.
被害者は午後6時から6時30分の間に死亡しました。この6時30分の録画でアリバイを作ろうとしても。
Oh, important information. The victim was killed between 6 and 6:30 p.m. on June 15. If the video was created at 6:30, and it's from the day before, it couldn't serve as an alibi. I apologize, Soy Eugene MC. I do not understand. Give me a second. I'm going to use a translator, because I don't know what you're saying. Just a second. Give me just a second. We're going to do detect language. I am downloading it. Can you play, please? Yes, I am playing right now. I assume that's what you mean.
授業の録画がどうしたの?
Why are you digging through my seminar materials? Ah, just in time, Miss Maun. You explained this video.
何を説明するというのかしら?
What's there to explain?
おととい、プレゼンの準備をしていた時に撮ったものよ。
That was a video I recorded 2 days ago for the
昨日
presentation.
この録画を流しちゃえば休憩が取れると一瞬思ったけど、やっぱり出来が悪かったから消したの。
Considered playing it for yesterday's seminar, would have saved some effort. But in the end, I scrapped it. Didn't think it measured up.
結局、昨日のプレゼンはそのままオンラインでやったのよ。その時の様子も録画しといたの。怪しいと思ってるなら見せてもいいけど。
Orientation session yesterday was streamed live, start to finish. The recording's available if you want to check. You can watch it together. Seems a little suspicious to me. But I studied Maun's calm, unreadable expression, then gave Vidya a subtle signal. She quickly pulled up the seminar footage from the previous day. Sure enough, it was noticeably different from the pre-recorded version. Still, was that really all there was to it? Orientation session video recorded on June 14 and live seminar footage from June 15 have been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Soy Eugene MC, I will say, if you are going to play Snowbreak, just be warned, they start you on chapter 14 of the game, so you will not get to play chapters 1 through 13. No. What is this? Nothing. This one. Stacks of documents filled with dense, tangled formulas, all focused on a classified prototype. The equations seem tied to something called decompilation. Decompilation? All I could make out were pages of cryptic symbols, a language I didn't speak. Simone, what exactly is this research about?
学院の機密事項よ。教えられることはないわ。
Not authorized to disclose the specifics.
今回の
likely
件とは
story.
無関係なことだと思うわよ。
And I might add, I didn't believe the research is relevant to the case. That is a
分
lie.
析員さん、さっきの音は
Adjutant, did you hear that? Yeah. Ooh. She finally got caught in a lie. Whether or not she was lying, one thing was certain. Just hearing us mention that research triggered a sharp emotional reaction. So, potentially not a lie, but it was an emotional reaction. The compilation research has been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Alright, let's see what this is. A holographic image of a Titan floats before us. Titan Science Lab's core research includes extensive studies into Titan-related organisms. Nothing seems unusual at first glance. This must be the Titan Science Lab's Metamorph Curio containment case. That is a big-ass case.
理事から説明を受けたのね。
Lizzie, looks like you already gave them the rundown.
あ、はい。
Hi.
そう。なら説明を省けるわね。
Good. Need the trouble of
中身の
explaining.
マーベルズ見せてもらってもいいかな？
Check the
どう
contents.
ぞ。
どうぞ。
登録番号 YX003 複製の箱。
YX003 replication box.
布まで敷いてなんだか手品に使う箱みたいだね。
Looks like something out of a stage magician's
どれどれ
toolkit.
情報を確認するね。
Dore? I don't know what dore means. Let's take a look at the entry.
物を箱に入れて蓋を閉じ10秒経った後に蓋を開けると入れたものの複製品が手に入る。
Place an object inside, close the lid, wait 10 seconds, and the item will be
複
duplicate.
製は6時間間隔でしか使えない。
After each use, the box requires a 6-hour
複
cooldown.
製品は異常性の産物だから6時間しか存在できない。だ
Oh,
って。
duplicates carry anomalous properties and typically disintegrate after 6 hours. And Tia was stabbed after she was killed. If they duplicated a scalpel and stabbed her with it, it would be gone 6 hours later.
あとマーベルズは複製できないけど派生物なら一部可能なんだって。
There's a note. Metamorph curios themselves cannot be copied, but certain derivative research items can.
僕が見つけたの。それと実験記録も。
Echo, you're so cute. But she found something. There's an experiment log
この
here.
箱は昨日の午前に実験に使われたのですか？
Box was used in an experiment yesterday morning.
箱で YXS115 貫通弾丸を複製したわ。
The phase bullets. These
複製
bullets.
品は貫通弾丸の実験に使えるの。弾丸の研究をスムーズに進めるためにこのマーベルズを申請したわ。
The duplicates were for testing purposes. That's why this curio was brought in to begin with. To start that line of research.
複製終了時刻を覚えていますか？
Do you recall the exact time the replication finished?
そう。午前10時くらいでしょう。
Gozen AM. So Gozen is AM, Gogo is PM. Juji Udai, around 10 a.m.
つまり複製品は午後4時に消えたということですか？
Means the replicated bullets would have disintegrated around 4
え
p.m.
え、そう考えてもいいわ。
午後
Right.
4時ですか。
Mm,
そういえば
the box
昨
was
日
used
研究に
yesterday.
使ったのでしたらなぜ今日もここにあるのですか？
Why is it still here today?
ルール通りですと今朝に移送されたのでは？
Answered out per standard
この
protocol.
箱は特別よ。
Special
我々の
case.
研究を補助するための道具だけでなく、 これは初期に発見したマーベルズの一つだわ。
It's a key
だから
tool
他のよりも変異を多く貯めているのよ。
in our research and one of the earliest curios discovered. Its anomalous properties are more stable and potent than most.
報告書を読んだでしょ。これは6時間ごとに複製ができるの。これからしばらくの間、これを使って研究を進める予定よ。
So because it recharges every 6 hours and doesn't need to be saturated with titagen, they keep it on site.
今日の10時くらいにまた実験を行ったわ。同じく貫通弾丸を何個か複製したの。
Oh, they did another replication of phase
そ
bullets
の複
today.
製品を見せてもらえますか？
実験で使い切ったわ。使い切る場面を記録した録画ならあるけど。
They've been used in testing, but we have the full test footage. Mound pulled up the video. The screen displayed this morning's test, showing each replicated bullet being loaded and fired. But something caught my eye. The replication box in the video looked a bit different from the one in front of us right now. Replication box and notable discrepancy between the observed unit and footage have been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Okay. Go back to this. Okay. So, but it looks like there are still things to observe here. No. I'm assuming I need to do something here. Oh. There's no way I would have figured that out. Sniff, sniff. Oh, actual sniffer knows something.
危ない匂いがするぞ。
I smell
ミ
danger.
チェル、気をつけて。そこは私が調べるよ。
Oh, kyotsukete means be careful. Kyotsukete. This is... これは
分析員、見て。
Adjutant, come see this.
中に弾丸がたくさんあるよ。
The cabinet's packed
そ
with
れから
bullets.
拳銃も一丁ある。
Is that a gun? Miss Mound, care to explain? What's with the firearm and all this ammunition? I glanced at the handgun Fritia had found. It was even fitted with a silencer.
うちの研究サンプルよ。
It's one of our lab's research units. She's very cool.
銃は発射するための道具に過ぎないわ。サイレンサーがついてるのも実験中に音を抑えたいだけ。
The gun itself
我々
is
は主に
just...
弾丸の研究をしているの。YXS115 の貫通弾丸の研究をね。
The gun itself is just a launcher, and the silencer helps reduce noise during testing. What we're actually researching is the ammunition IDYXS115 phase bullets. Phase bullets. Is that what the ammo
タイ
is?
タン物
Oh,
質に似た特性を持ち、
here we are.
30ミリくらいの装甲を情報体で貫通して直接肉体に作用できるものよ。
Correct. They are crafted from materials with properties similar to titagen. They can phase through up to 30 millimeters of reinforced armor plating and strike whatever's underneath. So, potentially the item that killed Tia, if they dissolved, then they would not be able to be used as evidence
まあ、
because they would have
材料と技
disappeared.
術の制限でまだまだ量産できないけれど。
But due to the current limitations in material science and fabrication, they're nowhere near ready for mass
ここ
production.
にあるのは15発。我々の今までの全成果よ。
There are 15 rounds here. That's the entirety of our latest test
本格的に
batch.
実戦で使えるまでまだまだ道のりが遠いわ。
As it stands, their prototypes not viable for actual combat use. However, there are 15, so I'm
誤
assuming the
解がな
number
い
is
ように補
important.
足するけど、
And to preempt any misunderstandings, let me be
その
clear.
銃には特殊な改造が施されてて、リミッターがついてるのよ。
The gun itself has been hardwired with a limiter. A limiter.
人に向かって発砲できないと設定されて
A
るの。
program that prevents the weapon from being discharged at any human target. So somehow the weapon being prevented from being discharged at a human target is
だ
important.
から危険物扱いされずに研究室の中で保管することができるのよ。
That's the reason the device is permitted to remain in the lab. It poses no threat. Understood. After Mound's explanation, I went through the cabinet's inventory log. All 15 rounds were accounted for, exactly as listed. Day's bullet times 15 and modified gun with safety limiter have been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Go back here. Okay. No. No. But it looks like there's still things I can look at. I'm just gonna click around at this point. This. Oh, there we go. While Vidya and the others continued their search, my eyes drifted to the items neatly arranged on the right side of the desk. Ms. Mound, may I ask you something?
どうぞ。
Bozo. You are right-handed, correct?
ええ。
Yes. Thought so. Most right-handed people tend to keep essential items on their dominant side. Which brings me to my next question. Are you having trouble with your right hand? Since you're right-handed, why did you go out of your way to reach across using your left hand, which was already holding a book, to grab your ID from your right pocket?
昨日の夜、右手をひねってしまったの。
I sprained my right hand last night, and this is important. Her expression didn't so much as twitch. Calm as ever, Mon rolled up her right sleeve. The skin was smooth, no sign of external injury. I see. Mound's sprained right hand has been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Alright, I think we're done here. Looks like we've covered everything here. We'd spent more than an hour combing through the lab, but no more useful clues had turned up. Just as we were about to call it, a thread I'd nearly let slip came back to me. Miss Mound, one last question. What do you know about Curio YX111, the Observer's... Ooh, okay.
ごめんね。あんまり知らないわ。
Not much, I'm afraid. But aren't all curios assigned for research sourced through your lab?
ええ。大体は私たちが見つけて、それ相応の研究室に配っているんだけれど、何でも詳しいってわけじゃないわ。
So we handle the initial discovery and classification, then delegate them to the appropriate departments for study. But that doesn't mean we know every
嘘
detail.
じゃないわよ。YX111 のちゃんとした研究報告書があれば、こっちも特性がわかるんだけど、ティアからそんなものはまだ届いていないわ。
I'm telling the truth. If YX111 had a full research report, we'd know its properties, yes. But the problem is, Miss Tia never submitted any official findings to us. I see.
他に質問は？
Any other questions? I shook my head. It was clear, if we wanted to uncover what the Observer's blade was truly capable of, we would need to find it first. After leaving the Titan Sciences lab, one final stop remained. So now I believe we're going to the Life Sciences lab. Yep. At 12:23 p.m. So, 10日, or so be 午後10日23分 12:23, sorry, 12:23. So 12 is 12. Ichi 12 is 12:30 or 12 o'clock. And then Niju is 20, and then you add San to make it 23. We arrived at the Life Sciences Lab, where we were greeted by its supervisor, Neon. Oh, she's cute. Miss Neon. We had already introduced ourselves earlier, but now, during the reason for our visit, Neon simply stood there, her polite smile unmoving, eyes slightly distant. Shall we begin?
どうぞ。
Ozo. She's very different from Maon. We'd like a rundown of your movements yesterday.
昨日は一日中実験していました。
She spent the day conducting experiments. What kind of experiment?
変異生物の研究です。
Oh, study anomalous creatures.
変異生物というのはデンドロンに汚染されて偶然生まれた生命体のことです。
They are creatures created unintentionally through exposure to tree contamination.
たまに見つかるので、その都度こちらに送られてきます。
When such specimens are discovered, they are sent here for
研
research.
究に関する内容で言える範疇のことは以上です。
It's about as much as I am allowed to say regarding the experiments. Oh, we heard there was an accident yesterday. Can you tell us what happened?
はい。午後4時30分くらいのことでした。
Happened around 4:30 p.m., right?
研究対象の変異生物に噛まれてしまいました。
One of the mutated specimens bit me.
攻撃性のある変異生物の実験なら保護措置がたくさん設けられていたはずだよね。何かアクシデントでもあったの？
I assume you had multiple safety measures in place when working with aggressive specimens, right? Did something go wrong?
はい。
Hi.
変異生物をなだめるためのマーベルズに問題がありました。
Ah, the curio we use to suppress aggression malfunctions. There's a curio that can suppress aggression in these
変異が
creatures.
実験終了前に切れてしまい、
It's
変異
anomalous.
生物を制御できなくなったのです。
Its anomalous energy ran out mid-test and the subject lost control.
それで噛まれました。
Kamare, 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 kamare. I want to hear that again.
それで噛まれました。それで噛まれました。
I'm gonna say this. Hang on. Kamaremashita. I was bitten, so kamare. Kamare probably means to bite. Kamare. Yeah, so kamare means bite. Mashita is the polite past tense mas form of to do, which is suru. So kamaremashita, bitten. And after that,
事故が起きてすぐ医療室に送られて治療を受けました。
after the incident, I was taken to the infirmary.
そこまでひどくない傷だったので、止血と手当てを済ませて薬を出してもらった後、研究室に戻りました。
Injury wasn't serious. They stopped the bleeding, patched me up, gave me some meds, and I returned to the lab. Was anyone else in the lab when you got back?
戻ったのは5時なので、それまでは人がいましたが、6時以降はみんな退勤していきました。
So I returned to around 5 o'clock p.m. There were still a few people around then, but after 6 p.m., everyone had gone. So you were alone in the lab after 6?
疑っているようですが、私はティアを殺したりしません。
So potentially not a lie, but definitely a strong emotional reaction. I know what you're expecting, but there's no way I would have killed Tia. After noting down her statements, Fritia pulled me aside and lowered her
分
voice.
析員、これがさっき言ってた特別なケースだよ。
Yep, this is one of those special situations that she mentioned earlier.
最後の証言は嘘だって決めつけられないの。
Right, because it doesn't actually detect lies, it detects shifts in emotion or like blood patterns and all that. Let's see. Then let's verify things through a thorough on-site check. If her story holds up, The evidence will speak for itself. Alright, interview complete, investigation underway. Let's start, let's do this. Whale! It's not working. Oh, but there we go.
虫がいっぱいいるよ。
It's a lot of bugs. Does she sound excited or nervous?
僕嫌い。美味しくなさそう。
I don't like them. They look yucky. Irai.
小型の変異生物ですね。
These are small mutant creatures.
このアリは最大 15kg の重りを上げられます。
An ant that can lift over 15 kilograms. Ants, I think ants are actually like stupid strong, right? How strong is an ant? I'm gonna ask Google because I think ants are like really strong. So ants are capable of lifting objects between 10 and 50 times its own body weight. So that's actually quite a bit. However, ants are really, really small, so it's not like excessively strong just comparatively to its size. So, but an ant that can lift over 15 kilograms is pretty fucking strong.
15kg?
That's almost Herculean for an ant. Could these mutant species have any connection to the case? Small mutant creatures have been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Let's go here.
これがネオンさんが研究していた変異生物？
This must be the specimen Neon mentioned.
見た感じ、なかなかの暴れん坊だね。
I don't know what it is, but it looks like a shark.
僕、かっこいいと思うの。
Oh, it looks awesome. Kakui.
イチェルはこんな凶暴な生き物に興味があるの？
Into scary creatures like this?
だって美味しそうだもん。
Oh my god, she thinks it looks tasty. The oishi means delicious. Oishiso means it looks delicious.
興味ってそっちなんだ。
So she just meant she wants to try eating it.
あれ、こっちの研究報告書、すごく分厚くない？
Big research report for this creature?
ティアがタイタン物質開発研究室の高級研究員だった頃からこの研究を始めたからです。
It's because I started this project back when Tia was still a senior researcher in the Titan Sciences Lab. This is new information. Belong to the Titan Sciences Lab? It's Neon. Did you just say Tia used to work at Titan Sciences?
はい、そう言いました。
So imashita. So imashita. Yes, that's right.
そんなの私全然知らなかったよ。
So shiranakatta is the polite form of, or the polite past tense form of shiranai, which is I don't know. I don't know. Shiranai.
わざと隠しているからでしょう。
Probably meant to keep it
彼女に
quiet.
とってあまりいい思い出ではなかったはずですから。
Chapter of her life likely wasn't one she wanted to revisit. So potentially
タイタン物質開発
something
研
happened
究所は
there.
デンドロンが現れてからしばらくして立ち上げられた研究室です。ティアはそこの初期メンバーでした。
Titan Sciences was founded soon after the tree first appeared, and Tia was among the very first to join.
当時の彼女は学院のある秘密研究に参加していたと思います。
Back then, she was part of one of the Acropolis's top secret research projects.
実際デンドロンが現れてから学院は危機を感じてさまざまな特別研究を開始しました。
So when the tree emerged, the Acropolis knew the threat was real. They launched several classified research initiatives in response.
私の変異生物研究とティアが参加していたプロジェクトも実は同じ時期に始まったものです。
So Tia's old project and her current mutated creature studies are both a part of the very first wave. So they were... Wow. That's old.
そう
I don't know
な
how
の？
old. Then why does she...
タブ犬から量子犬に移ったのか で
Why
す
did
よ
she
ね。
leave Titan Sciences and transfer to Quantum?
タブ犬から離れるのは彼女が言い出したらしいです。
Hmm.
詳しい理由は知りません。
I'm
方
sad
向
that
性や
Neon
考
doesn't
えの
know.
違いで仲違いが起きたとか、そういうのではないでしょうか。
Heard it? Don't know the full story. Could have been a clash of principles or disagreements with her team.
彼女が去った後、同時期に始まった秘密研究の大半が中止になりました。
But not long after
進
she
捗があ
left,
まり良くないのと、学院の経費にも限りがありますので。
most of the secret projects were shut down. Progress had stalled across the board, and when the Acropolis tightened its budget, they had to make cuts.
私の研究はそんなにお金がかからないので存続できました。その代わり大した資金がもらえないので数年研究してきましたが、これといった進捗はありません。
My projects survived only because it was relatively cheap to maintain. We never had the funding to scale it. Been at it for years now, always scraping by with minimal progress.
学院が約束してくれた大型海底実験室が完成してくれればまだチャンスがあるかもしれませんが、今は。
Wait a second! If the Acropolis had ever delivered on its promise to build that massive seafloor lab, then maybe, just maybe, the project could have meant something. I am 100% fairly certain that in the previous chapter that we did, the Cerulean Seaside Resort chapter, we actually saw the seafloor lab. Maybe. Maybe?
なんとか回すだけで精一杯ですね。
Like, that's the thing. I feel like that's the thing with the spores that made us hallucinate. Now we're just keeping the lights on.
分析員さん、被害者とタイタン物質開発研究室の過去は今までの調査で誰も言及しませんでしたよ。
Adjutant, this connection between the victim and Titan Sciences never came up during our investigation there. Exactly. If someone had a prior conflict with the victim, keeping it quiet would be understandable, even sensible. On the surface, it checks out. But still, could Nian have brought it up on purpose? Statement logged as potentially relevant testimony. The victim used to be a senior researcher at the Titan Sciences lab. I'm surprised they didn't highlight that in red. Okay, let's keep going. I think we're gonna need this one next. This must be the Life Sciences Lab's Metamorph Curio Containment Case.
ですが、私たちの主な研究対象は特殊な生命体であるため、申請したマーベルズはあくまで研究を補助するためのものです。
Oh, cat. Welcome to the land of the awake. I'm just playing. I hope you're doing well. Our core work is mutant creature research, so any curios we requisition are strictly to support that. Neon keyed in a passcode, unlocked the case, and removed its contents. What does this megaphone do?
こちらがタブ犬から渡された研究報告書です。
You can refer to this research report from Titan Sciences.
我々はマーベルズの研究を行っていないので、効果はすべて報告書を読んでから知ります。
We don't research curios directly, we rely on Titan Sciences data to understand their effect. So they don't do the research, they just use the items to help them understand their other research, their actual research. I skimmed the file in my hand. Item YX00007, Command Megaphone. Calms most non-human animals once activated. Additionally, most animals are able to comprehend and obey simple commands issued through the megaphone. Effective duration 30 minutes. Effective range 2 meters. After 30 minutes of use, the device requires at least 12 hours before it regains its effectiveness. So YX007 was discovered early on. like the replication box.
はい。こういうマーベルズは変異をたっぷり貯めているので。
Right, that jives. If they accumulate large reserves of anomalous energy, they can last longer without having to be subjected to Titagen again.
デンドロンから離れすぎたり、長時間金庫の外にいなければ、数日間で何度も効果を発揮します。
As long as they aren't kept too far from the tree or left outside the case for extended periods, they can usually be reused several times within a few days. So, this megaphone lets you control a mutant creature for half an hour.
通常ならそうなりますが、
Under normal conditions,
昨日は
yes.
20分足らずで効果が切れて、変異生物を制御できなくなりました。
Alright, theory time. Potentially, someone could have used the megaphone to control one of the creatures in here to kill Tia with the YX, the observance blade, or a replica of it. And that is why the megaphone lost its effects after less than 20 minutes. Potentially.
後で思い返してみれば、事故が起きたのも私が生物に強化ポーションを飲ませたことが関係していると思いますが。
In retrospect, I think it might have been because I had administered a booster serum. Sure. Booster serum.
はい。うちの研究室の最新成果でタブ犬に提供する予定でしたが、その前に変異生物に使った場合の実験報告書を提出してほしいと言われました。
Yes, that's our lab's latest product. When we submitted it for Titan Science's review, they requested a test report on its effect on mutant specimens.
そのポーションを飲んだ後、変異生物は昨日中ずっと浮き足立っていたんです。
And after the dose, the creature was extremely agitated all day.
今思うと、予定より早く制御が効かなくなったのもそれのせいかと。
It's possible, but I don't think this is the case. In hindsight, that heightened aggression likely caused premature loss of control. I honestly think that it's very possible the Titan Science Lab, which I'm now beginning to suspect is someone in there is the culprit, had her use the booster serum to mask the fact that they used the megaphone. So, if a subject's unusually excitable, the megaphone's actual control time might be different from what's stated in the report.
はい。
That's
報
right.
告書には基本検証されたものしか書かれていないので、たまに見落とされたものがある場合もあります。
Most of the data in the reports has been verified, but every now and then, edge cases like this slip through.
具体的な効果は使ってみないとわかりません。
Ultimately, the real-world results always need to be confirmed during use. Edge case, huh? Item Y6007, Command Megaphone, has been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Statement about an edge case has been logged as potentially relevant testimony. Okay. Let's keep going. And over there. What is this? This one. Lydia and I turned our attention to the dissection kit box, inspecting it together.
分析員さん、ここのメスですが、一本だけ足り
Scalpel
ません。
missing.
凶器とされるあのメスはここにあったものなんでしょうね。
Same one identified as the... We'd already gone over this angle back at the Quantum Sciences Lab. Now it was time to press further.
ネオンさん、説明してくれますか？
It's Neon. If you don't mind, we'd like you to clarify something.
この箱からなぜ一本だけメスがなくなってるんですか？
Exactly did one of the scalpels from this box go missing? Oh,
わかりません。
don't know.
わかりません。
Not a lie and not highlighted, so truthful and probably completely honest. She doesn't know.
少なくとも誰かがここからメスを取った覚えはありません。
So someone used the megaphone to command the bot. Is the game? I'm actually here kind of for the story. So the game is it's not that great, if I'm being honest. The gameplay, like the actual gameplay when you get to control the characters, it's okay. It's sort of similar to, I would say it's slightly more interesting gameplay than Nikke. But I'm mostly here because the story sort of hits a sweet spot for me. Now you don't see anything right now because we're in the middle of an investigation into a murder, but there are aspects of this story that I really appreciate that other gacha games do not do. So I don't recall anyone taking a scalpel from here. So ostensibly, someone could have used the megaphone in this box to command one of the creatures to take the scalpel. Maybe.
昨日この実験室で事故がありましたよね。
There was that accident yesterday here in the Life Sciences Lab, wasn't there?
その時現場は混乱していたと思います。
Things must have been
誰か
chaotic.
がその隙を狙ってメスを取ったんじゃないですか？
Is it possible someone used the confusion to slip out? So I think mess is this word, confusion. Mess. I know that Japan likes to use a lot of loan words.
ありえないと思います。
I don't think so. ありえないと。
医療室から帰ってきた時も確かメスは揃ってました。
I remember checking the kit when I got back from the infirmary, and at the time, all of these scalpels were still accounted for.
それは午後5時の話ですよね。その後はどうでしたか？
That was around 5 p.m., right? What about after
夜は
that?
解剖実験があったのでその時も揃ってた気がします。
Later that evening, ran a dissection experiment. The scalpels were all accounted for then too. So after she returned and ran an experiment, the scalpels were still there.
今朝研究室に来てみると1本だけなくなっていました。
But when I checked this morning, one was missing.
監視カメラの映像を確認してもいいですか？
Possible to check the lab security
いいですけど
footage.
大したものは映ってないと思いますよ。
Right. Well, I think it was mentioned originally that the cameras were shut down for maintenance. So we're probably not going to find anything even if we check. She pulled up the footage for us. Just as she said, the scalpels were stored inside a closed container. The camera couldn't capture when the missing one was taken. We scrubbed through the timestamps where Neon had opened the kit, and there were clear glimpses showing all the scalpels still in place. And the final clear frame showing all scalpels present was
これは昨日の夜8時の映像ですね。
8 p.m. last night.
この時点でメスはまだ揃ってますね。
So by then, the full set was still
Yes, but-
intact.
事件発生時刻から考えるとメスは6時12分の時点で
But according to the updated report, the murder happened at 6:12 p.m., meaning scalpel must have gone missing before this footage.
そういえばメスは凶器じゃない可能性もありますね。
Although technically, the scalpel might not have been what actually caused the victim's
何か
death.
つながりを見つけられたらいいんですが
Could there be another angle we're missing here? Potentially. Lydia fell quiet, tapping her chin in thought. Dissection kit box, confirmed to contain full set of scalpels at 8 p.m. on June 15, has been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Hey, but there's still more. So... This maybe? No. I'm just clicking now. Oh.
レオンさん、
I was
ここ
close.
の薬品は何の効果がありますか？
What are these medications for, Miss Neon?
傷の手当てに使うものです。
傷といえば、昨日の生命科学研究室で事故がありましたよね。
Speaking of which, there was an incident here in the Life Sciences lab yesterday. Correct? She's talking about the
はい
attack. Yes.
もう一度、事故について教えてもらえますか？
Would you mind walking us through exactly what happened?
いいですが、さっきと内容は変わりませんよ。
She did indeed explain
変
it.
異生物をなだめるためのマーベルズが予定より早く効果切れになったので事故が起きました。
The material we used to pacify the specimen lost effect earlier than expected. The subject, when preserved,
私は事故で腕を噛まれたので外傷用の薬を医療室からもらってきたんです。
I was bitten on the arm and went to the infirmary for treatment.
傷口を見せてくれますか？
Neon pulled up her sleeve to reveal the wound. Faint scars traced her arm, thin and shallow. The wound had already healed. It was hard to tell whether it had truly been from a bite or some sharp tool. Wound treatment medication and inconclusive scars have been logged as potentially relevant evidence. Alright, that's the end of our investigation. By the time we wrapped up at the Life Sciences lab, it was already past 3 p.m. Outside, Lydia stood with her brow tightly knit.
なんだか、この人も怪しいですよね。
They both seem pretty suspicious, but I think the Titan Sciences lab is the most suspicious so far.
分析員さん、も
She
し
had
かし
used
て
that megaphone
あの
too.
ラッパを使って。
Think it through, Vidya. The megaphone couldn't have done it because I pulled up the autopsy
な
report.
るほど、わかりましたよ、分析員さん。それなら、ラッパで密室を作り上げることが不可能ですね。
Get it now. In that case, the megaphone couldn't have been used to stage the
です
locked
が
room scene.
レオンさんを容疑者から外したら、残りは一人しかいませんね。
If we cross Miss Neon off the list, that only leaves. Lydia tapped a finger to her chin. Brown.
この事件、なんとなく理解できたかもしれません。
I think I'm starting to piece
で
it
すが
together,
やっぱ
but
り大事なパズルが足りない気がします。
some parts are still missing. I've heard Yapari several times. I want to know what this means. Yapari. On second thought. So, on second thought, Yapari. Second thought. I suppose that could be the same as but.
犯行手段、犯行の流れ、決定的な証拠とかはやっぱり見つかりませんね。
The exact method, the timeline, and the clincher evidence that ties it all together. Oh my gosh! Exactly. But remember, we're not just after the killer.
愛しい分析待ち遠しいな。私たちが現実で会う時がね。
Hardly wait for that moment we find face. Etta, what role is she playing in all this? What's the true story behind Miss Tia's death? Neon mentioned an old Titan Sciences research project. Could that be the link?
また話を聞きに行きますか？
Go back and press her again. Didn't crack the first time, she won't now. Might tip our hand. Besides, it's a more important lead now. That observer's blade. I haven't been able to shake my doubts about it. Just as Vidya and I were finalizing our next move, Etchel came dashing over, tugging urgently at my
分
sleeve.
析フリティアが何か見つけたって。
Fritia says they found something. I followed her right away. After we had wrapped up at Life Sciences, Fritia and Lizzie had been sorting through all the evidence cataloged by the detective bot. Perhaps they'd uncovered a new lead. But as it turned out, the breakthrough hadn't come from the detective bot at all.
無責任お兄ちゃん、自分のメールボックスを見てみたら
Oh,
先生から
snap!
のメールが入ってたんだ。
So she was checking her inbox and found an email from Miss Tia. Damn. She pulled up the message and projected it in front of me. I feel like this is kind of making it too easy though, but whatever. I've already handed that system over to you. And I completed the program too. From here on, you should be able to keep things going by yourself, right?
午後6時12分に送信されたものですね。
Timestamp
でも、
says
その時間って
6:20 p.m. yesterday. At that time,
確認したんだけど、このメール予約送信されたものだと思うんだよ。
check just now. It must have been scheduled to
午前
send.
に取り調べが入った時に私じゃない誰かが先に読んだのかな。さっき新しいメールが入ったからやっと気づいたよ。
When they went through my inbox this morning during the trial, it got marked as read. That's why I only noticed it now. I got a new message, and that's what made me check. Miss Tia sent you more than one email yesterday. I scanned the inbox. Just above the message, there was another one already marked as read. Also from Tia.
もう一通を先生と夜7時にプロジェクトの話をするって約束したメールだよ。
Yes, in the other message, she scheduled a meeting with me for 7 p.m. to discuss the project. The same project you mentioned earlier. Losian Horse?
うん。
The one. Can you tell me more about it? So, I'm going to assume now that the Phalosian horse has something to do with this. Someone is snuck inside here. Etta, maybe.
なんというか、ちょっと
It's
変
a
なプ
bit
ロジェクトなん
hard
だ
to
よね。
explain.
先生からすごい演算システムを提供されたん
The
だ。
project had a rather unusual objective.
そのシステムに気づかれないバックドアを入れてって先生に言われたの。
My advisor gave me access to a powerful computing system and asked me to install a backdoor into it, something undetectable.
確かそのシステム、先生はずっとディスクに保存してたと思うんだけど、渡された記憶はないんだよ。
I remember she always stored the system on a portable drive, but I don't think she ever actually gave it to me. If she went out of her way to leave you that message, she must have had something in mind. Take your time to get through. This is a puzzle only you can solve. As I said the words, something clicked in my mind. A puzzle only Lizzie could solve. If she's the only one who can crack it, that must mean... The realization hit me like a bolt of lightning. You were close. So close to the truth. Alright, we're getting there. Give me a second, someone just sent me a message. That is indeed. No, that is not a giraffe. That is a girl with a giraffe head on her. Like she's wearing like a giraffe head. Shortly after we left the lab, time was of the essence. So, Kat, you got a thing against giraffes? You want me to call you Cat or Neckle? Reconnection failed. Oh my god. And this happened last time too. Back in here. Back into Snowbreak. Right? Right? I need to tell them this. I need to be like, hey bro, your game is crashing on me. Oh. Come on. Seriously? And I think with this I might have to redo the whole thing over again, so I'll speedrun this. No, this isn't a Wi-Fi issue. I think this is a game issue. Dissatisfied. So overall satisfaction, somewhat satisfied. Satisfied. Art and design is good. Story is satisfying. Very dissatisfied. Audio is fine. I'm neutral on that. Performance, very dissatisfied. I think the amount of content in the prologue is appropriate. I don't even know if we can really call that a prologue, so no. Let me see here. Tutorial UI is visually unappealing. Other. Action. Next. Which aspect of the prologue tutorial? This part is fine. Aspect of the lacking. Assumption prompt guide on gods. Art destruction. Probably be useful. Effect descriptions. Guide on switch operatives. Ultimate skills. The rest is fine. Environments, art designs
Reasons
are
to
fine.
fight. One's all I need.
Satisfied. Operatives, the art design, these are fine. Fairly neutral to this one. Neutral. What are the reasons for your dissatisfaction in the new prologue's art design? Art design of regular monsters. Effects of boss attacks, boss appearance. Dialogue presentation. Gotcha game scenes. Which aspects of the UI aren't? I'm honestly, I don't really particularly care for this. So, animation for Echo, main story interface, design layout, background layout. An A. Honestly, I got nothing to say here. Really, all I wanted to say, you know what? I'm not gonna bother with this. This is such a pain in my ass. Do this later. I will be taking that survey though. Let's see, main story. Gojo, Velocia. This is where we were. Alright, yep. Looks like we're gonna have to do all this
セ
again.
キンさん、これから改めて
Oh,
被
the
害者の
Acropolis says they'll send someone over to... Glanced at Lizzie and hesitated before
被
finishing.
害者の遺体を調べ直すよ
Oh,
不
yep.
正がないよう検査する過程はすべ
So
て
we have to go through all of this again.
って待って
そうそう
いや謙虚なフリティア先生
Honestly
だけど
speaking, I kind of want to skip it, but I'm fairly certain that
ありがとう
there was
そうだ
more.
事件正確試してみればわかるよ自動調査機嘘検出モードにして
My ass.
分析にゃビディ
We're
大
going
丈夫ですから
fast.
分析さん
ピン
そうですか
Alright,
今
let's
度
go
はちゃん
fast.
と食べるから
What we've got.
よければ
それ
どれ
わかりました
Go, 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 go.
それが
That was a lie.
実態警備の人あの日はそういう
暴力ドリス
の
いい気
はいこちらを見てください
I mean, a part of me wants to press the
進
skip
展があ
button.
ると思ったのにま
Um,
た行き詰まったかもしれません
I did not, but I'm not surprised that 100 Girlfriends is getting a season 3. As it should. 100 Girlfriends is great. Peak. True cinema.
はいドリスさん あの
We are gonna go fast though. We're just gonna press the space button constantly.
美人ゆい
Move, move, move,
私
move.
がもっと
必ず真実を見つけ出す
Alright,
から
interview complete. Let's keep going.
あら
Alright, here
確
we
か
are.
理事も
はいだから分
な
Titan
では
Sciences
タイ
Lab
タン物質か
あついちるなんかいい
Going.
では
ここ
何か
いいえ
お
最
時間
それ
昨日
一
何か
いいえただ
はい
今思い出しているだけよ確かまあその後そして
さ
ええそ
昨日
ええ
せ
詳し大した
Keep pressing this,
その
keep going
では
faster,
6
faster.
午後それ
けん
と昨日も詳し他にこれから私の研究室を調べるんでしょ
Yeah,
準
finally.
備ができたら
うんフリティアませそれ
あその
自動調査おねぜひいちる
私は
Time to get a drink. But we're skipping it. Alright, start investigation now, finally. Alright, and we're just gonna
あの
go through all of this.
待って
あれ
一度
そん
すごいスキーさん被害者は午後6時から6時30分
授業の録何音昨日結局昨日のプレゼンはそのままオンラインでやったのよその時の様子も録画しといたの怪しいと思ってるなら見せてもいいけど
This
どう
one
せ
now.
昨日の夜右手をひねってしまったの
Okay. This now.
くんいちる気をつけそれから拳銃も
Gonna
い
keep
うちの
going.
研究銃が本格的に実戦で使えるああその銃だから危険物扱いされずに研究室の中で保管することができるのよ
Right, this next. Man, I don't like how I have to do all this over again. If I have to do this twice, I am 100% just gonna skip this.
どう
この箱は昨日の午
Alright, I
前
think
に
that's
箱でワイ
it.
複雑ええ
ごそルール
この報告実験で使い切ったわ使い切る場面を記録した録画ならあるけど
And investigation.
ごめん嘘じゃ他に質問は
Now, Life Sciences Lab.
どうぞ
We're just gonna skip all this as well.
研究それでそこま戻っ疑っているようですが
最後の証言は嘘だって決めつけられないの
Alright, investigation complete. Or testimony complete. Time to investigate. Here.
僕がこの
15kg?
Here.
これ僕あれ
ティアがタイタン物質開発研はいタイ当時実際私のタブ彼女私学院なんとか
分析員さん、被害者とタイタン物質開発研究室の過去は今までの調査で誰も言及しませんでしたよ。凶器とされるあのメスはこの箱
わかる好きありるそれを消すいいですか
Oh, going. Keep going.
これをこのですが、何かつながりを見つけられたらいいんですが。
Here. This next.
はい
もう一
私は
傷口を見せてくれますか？
And this. I
はい
think
で
this
すが
is it.
私たちの主な我々はマーベルズの研究を行っていないので効果はすべて報告書
I
を
don't
読んで
care
か
about
ら
this. I just want to go quick. Come on.
はいレンドロン
Okay.
昨日はまあ今を
Time to keep
具体
moving.
的な効果は
So I think
使ってみない
that's
とわかりません。
about it. Here, yep, an investigation.
分析員さんですが、この犯行し
So we're almost back where we were.
また話を聞きに行きますか？
分析員分析員
Okay.
フリティアが何か見つけたって
This is close enough. Email. The email. I've already handed that system over to you, and I completed the program too. From here on, you should be able to keep things going by yourself, right? Here we go. And this is
午後
where
6時12分に送信されたものですね。
where we cut off more or
で
less.
もその時間って
Timestamp says 6:20 p.m. yesterday, which means
確認したんだけどこのメール予約送信されたものだと思うんだよ。
just now it must have been scheduled to
午
send.
前に取り調べが入った時に私じゃない誰かが先に読んだのかな。
When I went through my inbox this
さっき
morning
新しい
during
メ
the
ールが
trial,
入った
it
か
got
らやっ
marked
と
as
気づいたよ。
read. That's why I only noticed it now. I got a new message, and that's what made me check. I've been out for only 2 hours. We're good. Did Miss Tia send you more than one email yesterday? I scanned the inbox. Just above the message, there was another one, already marked as read. Also from Tia.
もう一通は先生と夜7時にプロジェクトの話をするって約束したメールだよ。
Yes, in the other message, she scheduled a meeting with me for 7 p.m. to discuss the project. The same project you mentioned earlier, the Pelosian horse?
う
It's the one. Can you tell me more about it?
ん。なんというかちょっと変なプロジェクトなんだよね。
So,
先生から
choto,
すごい演算システムを提供されたんだ。
choto means a little, hen means weird. Oh, another message. Star. We're gonna lose people. Alright, here we
そ
go.
のシステムに
We are
気づかれない
continuing.
バックドアを入れてって先生に言われたの。
Advisor gave me access to a powerful computing system and asked me to install a back door into it.
確
Something
かそのシス
undetectable.
テム先生はずっとディスクに保存してたと思うんだけど渡された記
Put
憶は
this
ないんだ
system
よ。
on a portable drive, but I don't think she ever actually gave it to me. If she went out of her way to leave you that message, she must have had something in mind. Take your time. Think it through. This is a puzzle only you can solve. As I said the words, Something clicked in my mind. A puzzle only Lily can solve. If she's the only one who can crack it, then that must mean... The realization hit me like a bolt of lightning. You were close to the truth. We were close. So close to the truth. And here we are. This is where we leave the lab. Time was of the essence. Please tell me. Okay, it's continuing. At 4 p.m. on June 16, we made our way directly to the contaminated section. So we did it. And literally that was it. Okay, I feel kind of stupid for not just pressing the skip button, but at least we did it. So, complications. And we actually have gameplay. Chat, if you're still here, you'll actually get to see how the game is done. We're gonna...
Where is it? Where?
So this is the sealed research station.
There's Etchel.
I want to be the first to find it. I want to be the first to find it too. Wait, hey, Angel, don't run around here. It's dangerous.
Yay! Gameplay,
hydrogen
no
leak
more
can
visual
kill.
novel
I'm not
content.
scared. I can squash
And
anything
the
in our
security
way.
measures are incredibly tight.
Then the
Seems like
adjutants will give
someone
me
doesn't
lots
want
of
us to
praise.
obtain any evidence easily.
I guess that works.
But
wait
we're
for
one
me.
step ahead of them.
Professor Frisha is here to help when it comes to
The
cracking
data we
devices.
acquired from
I'm the
Maushir
expert
included
here.
methods to bypass these devices. Professor Frisha has already verified them. Adjutant, allow me to clear these obstacles for you. You and I don't need any hindrances on our path together.
Yep, gameplay for 45 seconds before we go back to visual novels. Woo! Let's enjoy it while we can. Alright, let's see what she is.
rising.
Justice is rising. Woo!
I already know what reward I want tonight.
Yes, she does. Now, all of the busty girls have fairly insane jiggle physics. Teleport. Boom. Oop.
Remove the excess and the truth. Absolutely seamless.
This is enough to handle you.
Oh. I should have done that first. Whatever. Let's move.
Gotta give it my all.
We're gonna go right here in the middle. Ooh. I don't actually know what that does.
Think you can get me? Not a chance. Adjutant, I did it, didn't I?
Yes, you did it. Congratulations. Ooh. I don't know what I just did, but that was kind of cool. Teleportation. Okay, mission complete.
Perfection, right?
And now back to visual novel-esque storytelling.
See for yourself
Oh,
how
no,
powerful
maybe
the
not.
Stick's envoy can be.
Maybe we're actually doing more
Ready to drown in the
gameplay.
river
Yay.
of death?
Justice is rising.
Adjutant, I did it, didn't I?
Good job. Oh, no, that was just a robot. Oh no, we will be going back to the Love and Deep Space mode. So Love and Deep Space is like a visual novel too? Not know that. With gameplay, I guess. Well, at least she's not taking back shots.
Scene analysis complete. The truth will soon be revealed.
And next mission. So I'm assuming we're going back to visual novel though.
Working
oh
with
no,
others isn't
never mind.
bad,
We're not.
but
We're gonna
only when
keep
it's
playing.
with
That's
you.
cool.
Justice is rising.
The real threat is me.
Try a taste of this.
Alright. Oh, isn't this the entrance? So we're going right back to the beginning.
Now I can relax.
Ooh, big guy.
This is enough to handle you.
Think you can get me? Not a chance.
Ooh, damn.
Phil, I'll bury you. Disappear in the dark night.
Oh! I don't remember doing that. Oh.
I wasn't your first hit? I'll let it slide this time.
This is enough to handle you.
There. Okay, so we went in. I think we got something, and then we slipped out.
The truth will soon be revealed.
I must confess, I do kind of, while I don't mind the visual novel-esque style, I do wish it was a more cutscene. Later, with a temporary access code issued by the Acropolis top brass, we unlocked the door to the lab deep within the contaminated section and stepped inside. This must be the place where the Acropolis keeps its curios.
ここの地図はあらかじめ調査機に入れておいたから分析員こっちに向かうよ
I've already uploaded the full layout of this place to the detective bot. This way, Adjutant.
分析員お兄ちゃんこっちです
Mr. Adjutant, this way, please. The sudden mechanical voice made both Vidya and me pause in awkward silence.
あれ
Ore? That's weird.
フリティア先輩とプログラムを作ってた時こういう設定は入れてなかったと思うんだけど
I'm gonna assume Tia's got something to do with this then. If Fritia didn't do it and Lizzie didn't do it, Tia must have done it.
私は学習能力が高いんです
So, a stream with Brandon Riley, huh? I don't know if he'd be down for that, but Brandon Riley mostly does,
確かに最上位の
Blue
学習
Archive, I
権限を与えたけど
I actually don't know why. I've
何でも
never
勉強してほしいわけじ
watched
ゃないからね
I've never watched a Brandon Riley stream before, so but I think he mostly just does like Blue Archive play. Right, I did granted full learning permissions, but still, some things really aren't necessary to be learned, okay?
では学習してほしくないものを入力してください。
Oh, specify which learning parameters should be restricted and updated here accordingly. Kudasai.
それは今はそんな時間ないから。
I'm a bit busy for that at the moment.
わかりました。分析員お兄ちゃん、こっちです。
Unseki Oni-chan. Oh my god, I'm being called Oni-chan. This way, please. Riti is not happy with that. As silly as it was, the back and forth managed to lift our spirits. Fought hard to get here, and finally, last stretch went surprisingly smoothly. It only took us a few minutes to locate the designated storage site for item YX111, the Observer's Blade. Once again, we used the temporary access code to unlock the curio containment caves. Inside, just as in the photos, the blade was wrapped in a piece of cloth. That gray fabric looked familiar somehow. I couldn't quite place it, but I was sure I had seen a cloth just like it before. The thought lingered in the back of my mind as I reached toward the blade. Given its exposure to tree-borne contamination, I was the only one who could safely handle it. Grasping the hilt through the cloth, I gently lifted the blade. Then, peeling back the upper fold of fabric to reveal the blade beneath, a chorus of gasps broke out beside me.
あれ
なんでないの？
Where is it?
分析僕ナイフが見えないぞ。
Boku naifu ga mianai zo. So I'm gonna give you guys a little Japanese lesson here. Boku is I, obviously. I think I told you guys that previously. However, naifu is literally just knife. Naifu. I know, that's very Japanese. Naifu. So naifu ga, she uses the ga particle. Because something is happening to the blade, but she is not doing something to the blade. And what is happening is mianai. So mita is to see, or miru means to see. Mita is the past tense of to see. Nai means do not. So mira nai, cannot see. She cannot see the knife.
布の形からするとここに何かがあるはずなんですが。
The way it was wrapped before, there should definitely have been something inside. So this is the curio's anomalous property. I could feel it. The hilt was solid in my grasp, so it's an invisible sword, or invisible blade. But as I reached out with my other hand to touch the blade itself, there was nothing there. Just empty air. That's when Phrygia, staring at the fabric-wrapped hilt in my hand, suddenly froze. And then her eyes lit up.
なるほど。だから量子科学研究室で研究してるんだ。
Now that explains why it ended up in the quantum sciences lab for study.
分析員、私わかったかも。
Oh, Phrygia sensei figured it out. Punch, punch, punch. Tell me what is
観
happening here,
測の刃
Phrygia.
は観測されたら物質世界で崩壊する特性があるんじゃないかな。
This is the Observer's Blade. Its anomaly must be that it collapses out of the physical world the moment it's observed. So it's like Schrodinger's cat, almost. Sort of?
要するに私たちに見られると消えちゃうんだと思
And
う。
almost like a reverse Schrodinger's cat, actually. In simpler terms, the act of looking at it makes it vanish. It disappears the moment it's observed. So that's why it has to be kept wrapped. I folded the cloth carefully back over the blade, and there it was again. Solid, unmistakable, right beneath my fingertips. The gasp.
分析員さん、つまり
Adjutant,
こうい
I
うことで
think
すよ
I
ね。
figured it out.
被害者を改めて検査しても他の死因が見つからなかったら本当の死因はもしかして
If further autopsy rules out any other cause of death, then this very well might be it. Exactly. The secret behind this blade is why we ran into so much resistance getting here. Now that we had confirmed the blade's true nature, a lot of pieces began falling into place. But that didn't mean the case was closed. Identifying the method and the culprit was only half the battle. Proving it, unearthing motive, exposing what lay beneath the surface. That was a different challenge entirely. Thump! Thump! Warning, warning, keikoku, keikoku. Suddenly, from the corner of the lab, the detective bot let out a shrill alarm. Instinctively, I secured the observer's blade inside the containment case. Everyone closed in protectively around Lizzie, staying alert. But after a few tense seconds, nothing. I turned and saw the detective bot wiggling pitifully on the floor, like a stranded beetle, unable to get back up no matter how hard it tried. Keikoku, warning, warning.
何かに足をすくわれました。
This unit has been tripped. Oh
助
no!
けてください。
Tasukete kudasai. Assistance from a kind human is requested. So tasukete means help. Kudasai means please. Tasukete kudasai. Please help. Should have just written please help. I walked over and helped it up. You all right?
自己診断完了しました。私は大丈夫です。
System self-check complete. This unit is perfectly fine. Absolutely 100% fine. Watashi wa daijoubu.
ありがとうございます。分析員お兄ちゃん。
Bunseki Oni-chan. I'm never gonna get over that. If you really wanted to thank me, maybe tone down the syrupy tone a notch. But I kept that comment to myself. Looking around, I noticed the floor was a mess. Scattered tools, stacked crates, stray wires. No wonder the robot had tripped. As I straightened up, I caught Vidya staring at me. Cheeks cupped, eyes wide, completely entranced. Vidya, what's wrong?
いえ、何でもありません。
Nandema arimasen. Nothing's wrong, really.
私が転んでも分析員さん
Oh
が
my,
こうして起
I
こして
tripped.
く
Would
れ
you
ます
help
か
me up like that too? Of course I would. Oh, that's quite the laugh.
わかりました。
She gives me secret perv vibes. Her cheeks flushed an even deeper shade of red.
愛する人に向かって走る少女は足元の小石に全く気づかなくて
The heroine, running toward her beloved, eyes sparkling, completely unaware of the obstacle so artfully placed in her path.
キャッて悲鳴を上げながら彼の前で転倒して
Oh my. She stumbles, oops, and lands right at his feet.
奇跡的に全ての秘密をさらけ出すポーズで自分の魅力を見せびらかせ
Oh, she's definitely a perv. Landing in the perfect pose, one that shows off, well, everything. Every ounce of her charm, revealed to the love of her life in one dramatic, heart-pounding moment. I couldn't even begin to imagine what kind of pose she had in mind.
それを見た相手はなんて反応をするんでしょ
Then what would he do? Seeing her like that, oh
う
my.
考えるだけでドキドキしますね
Just thinking about it, my heart's practically ready to burst. Doki doki shimasu ne. Yeah, she's a perv. But, Lydia, you're not exactly the clumsy type to trip that easily, are you?
Eh?
She instantly deflated, crouching down like a popped balloon.
できることなら分
If
析員さんの前で合理
just
的に転びたいですね
I could truly trip in front of you for a good reason. For a good reason. I couldn't see what wild move was playing out in her head, but I had a feeling it defied both logic and gravity. You know what also defies gravity?
今度の映画で
I'm not gonna
ヒ
tell
ロイ
you.
ンは男主人公の前でよく転ぶ設定にしようかな
Next time we shoot a film, let's write it in. The heroine keeps accidentally falling into the hero's arms again and again. She might get annoying if she did that. She looked so delighted by the idea that I decided to play along, even if I still had no idea what kind of scene she was imagining. No need to wait for our next movie. If you are really set on the idea, feel free to improvise whenever the mood strikes.
いいんですか
So, いいですか? E is literally, is that good? Is that okay? Good? Good, good. E means good. So, いいですか is like, is that okay? Lydia practically sprang to her feet, but a moment later, she froze with a soft
待ってくだ
gasp.
さいこの下に
Ooh, wait. Something down here. Her demeanor shifted in a flash. She crouched low, tapped her knuckles against the floor, and a faint, hollow thump echoed back.
分析員さんどうやら隠し部屋があるみたいです
Adjutant, I think there's a space between us. I froze for a moment in thought, then helped Vidya clean up the scattered items on the floor. And sure enough, beneath the mess was a sealed mechanical hatch.
あれまだ下があるの？
What's down there?
ダウンロードした地図には地下の情報なんて全く載ってないんだけど。
So she said download first. So downloaded.
ダウンロードした地図には地下の情報なんて全く載ってないんだけど。ダウンロードした地図には地下の情報なんて全く載ってないんだけど。
I'm not gonna get that.
このドア鍵がかかってませんね
Kono door. And look, hatch isn't even locked. She reached out and gave the handle a cautious tug. It opened easily, revealing a dark passageway down below.
まさか罠とかじゃないよね。
Could it be a trap?
分析員さん私見てきますね
Adjutant, I'll go check it out. I'm going with you. Ritia, Etchel, Lizzie, I'll leave things here in your hands.
わかった。私は上でしっかり見張ってるね。
Wakata. I'll keep the perimeter sealed tight.
イチェル、誰にも邪魔させないぞ。
Etchel won't let anyone through.
じゃあ私はお二人に迷惑かけないようにちゃんと自分を守るようにするから。
I'll stay safe so I won't slow anyone down. Honestly speaking, I'm still wondering how she moves around with this giraffe head. Because there's no way she can fucking see through this thing. There's no eye holes or like anything.
私も自分を守ります。
I will also take measures to ensure my safety.
調査機能はたくさんついていますが、こういう地下通路には入りたくありません。
Despite my superior investigative capabilities, I must state for the record, I strongly dislike damn creepy underground tunnels. Well, thank you, but I don't think the bot can move down there anyways.
あ、そうだ。調査機も同行させようよ。
Why not send the detective? Sure, let me just pick it up and toss it down. Oh my god, look at that eye. That face right there. That is the face of the betrayed.
警告！警告！緊急警告！
Warning, warning, emotional system overheating. Is this emotional damage?
この子は調査機能以外に道を探すこともできるんだ。 調査機を先に
perfect
行
for
かせて
scouting.
安全を確認してから進むといいと思うよ。
And use it to check for danger up ahead. Oh my god. Poor
ひどいです。ひどすぎます。
detective bots.
人類機械差別禁止法違反です。
Hidoyo. Outrageous. This constitutes a flagrant violation of robot rights. You know, he's beginning to remind me of like a less annoying, less cursing version of Claptrap from Borderlands.
残念だけどまだそんな法律はできてないからね。まあ
Sorry,
故障
buddy.
したら私が修理してあげるから一緒に行って。
No such thing yet, but don't worry. If anything breaks, I'll promise I'll patch you up good as new. In the end, we ignored the detective bot's protest and let it take point as we descended into the Flanker rights do not exist in this world. There is no such thing. Use Claptrap for spare parts. I heard Borderlands 4 came out. I don't think I'm gonna touch it though. The deeper we went, heavier and wetter air became. Eventually, the tunnel opened into another lab.
この実験室ずいぶん前に封鎖されたみたいですね。
This place, cough, cough, looks like it's been sealed off for years. Or maybe just abandoned for a while. I dragged a finger across one of the nearby benches. It came away caked in grime. A quick scan revealed the room had been stripped down. Most of the equipment was missing.
分析員さん、ここにあったものはほぼ運び出されたみたいです。
Yep, they've cleared out almost everything.
残ってるのは価値のないものばかりですね。
Not much left here that's worth looking into. Vidya and I scoured the space. We managed to unearth a few scattered files, mostly raw experimental data, cryptic on their own and missing key context. Some of the papers were even moldy after years of neglect. The damp air here clearly made it an unsuitable environment for preserving documents.
事件の手がかりはありません。
Oh, case-related clues detected.
ありません。ありません。
No findings and no findings. So arimasen. Arimasen. So that's not an actual literal translation. That's a localization. Arimasen. So arimasen means there is no. There is no. There's nothing. So it just means there's nothing here. There's a lot in these translations that's left out. So like arimasen, it literally just means there's nothing. There's no.
安全な場所に戻りたいです。
This unit requests permission to return to a secure location. After its half-hearted sweep, the bot began spinning in slow circles around the stacks of papers, scattering sheets everywhere with each clunky rotation. Video was just about to stop its antics when she suddenly paused, eyes locking onto something. She darted over and picked up a torn file that had flooded further afield.
この資料、さっきからここにありましたっけ？
Was this here just now? Expecting more of the cryptic equations, I leaned in. But the moment I read the title, my breath caught in my throat. Project Deterrence Initiation Report. In 2026, following approval by the board, the Leviathan Charybdis, originally part of the Acropolis Project Preservation, will be repurposed for Project Deterrence. Will incorporate the new decompilation technology into the Leviathan, enabling it to consume the tree in Pelosia. If the trial succeeds, the unit will extract its energy and proceed to consume in other regions. So I'm gonna assume this potentially means no, because tree is right there. I was gonna say it means tree, but no, tree is right there, so it means something else. Decompilation requires a high-capacity computational system resistant to cyber intrusion. Upon full implementation of the technology, efforts must be made to secure the Charon system or build a viable alternative. The substitute system will be developed under the leadership of and their research team. So potentially Tia or maybe Maun to prevent any form of digital breach. The Leviathan will be stored within maintained in a state of complete physical network isolation. Possibly Edda. Edda, maybe. Stored within Edda. Maybe. Per final decisions, this program will blank. The report was riddled with incomplete text, some of it manually scratched out or rendered illegible by damage. Still, what little remained was enough to send a cold ripple through my thoughts. Decompilation technology. That term looked familiar. No, not just familiar. I knew I'd seen it somewhere. Stacks of documents, filled with dense, tangled formulas, all focused on a classified prototype. The equations seemed tied to something called decompilation. I'd seen that term before, back in the Titan Sciences lab, in the detective bot's scan report. And then, another thread surfaced. The same project you mentioned earlier, the Philosian horse? Can you tell me more about it?
なんというか、ちょっと変なプロジェクトなんだよね。
ちょっ
先生か
と
らす
変
ごい演
な。
算システムを提供されたんだ。そのシステムに気づかれないバックドアを入れてって先生に言われたの。
So, the back door. Decompilation requires a high-capacity computational system resistant to cyber intrusion. Upon full implementation of the technology, efforts must be made to secure the Charon system or build a viable alternative. Suddenly, everything locked into place. The puzzle we had been trying to figure out finally snapped into focus. Miss Tia had been killed because of this system. And Lizzie, she had survived because of
分
it.
析員さん、
Lydia's soft voice pulled me out of my thoughts. Our eyes met and I could see it. The same realization flickering in hers. Obviously, she had connected the dots too. Let's keep going. There may still be more waiting to be found.
はい。
Lydia and I gave the lab one last sweep, but this time didn't turn up anything useful. Not that I was surprised. I ran my fingers over the edge of the oddly dry document, then glanced toward the detective bot as it puttered around nearby. Giving Vidya a light tap on the shoulder, murmured, "Let's head back up. Need to share what we found." The moment we climbed out of the tunnel, Etchel came bounding over and threw herself into my arms.
分析イチェル、真面目に警戒してた。危険なことは起こらなかったぞ。
I was super careful guarding her. No danger got close. She's asking for head pats.
分析やっと戻ってきたね。下はどうなってたの？ 銃声が聞こえなかったから敵はいなかったよね。
We're finally back. How'd it go? I didn't hear any gunfire, so I guess you didn't run into any enemies down there? I shook my head, handed her the redacted file. Looks like luck favored us. We found this. Might actually be an important lead.
これは
Korewa, what is this?
脅迫計画開始報告書。
Project Deterrence. Initiation report. How much of it do you think is legit, Fritia?
ちゃんと読ませて。
Let me take a closer look. Huh?
逆コンパイラしてデンドロンを逆に取り込む技術って。
Compilation tech to devour a tree?
そんなふざけたことできるわけないよ。ただの妄想じゃん。
That's straight up science fiction. Well, can't I devour trees? What do you mean?
そうだよ。現時点でデンドロンを取り込む技術なんて存在しないから。
No way tech like that exists. Not yet.
分析員は唯一取り込める人として何度も実験に付き合ってくれたよね。タウさんも前からずっと研究してきたけど、分析員にそんなことができる原理は未だにわからないままなんだもん。
We have run tests on you. The only person who can absorb a tree. Even Director Tao's been at it forever and never figured it out.
いくらアクロポリス学院だって無理なことは無理だから。
There's no way the Academica Acropolis could crack it. Ritia, remember those research notes we found at the Titan Sciences lab? Formulas. They were related to decompilation. Can you make any sense of them now?
あの数式、ちょっと待って。一瞬しか読まなかったけど、ちょっとくらい覚えてるかも。
Chotto mate. Let me think. I only glanced at them briefly, but yeah, a few things stuck with me.
そうだ。確か特殊エネルギーの転移過程を計算するものが書いてあった気がする。
Right. Some of the equations were clearly modeling the transfer of a specific kind of energy.
他のは構成からするとデンドロンを取り込むというか、タイタン物質を生物生命体の情報に書き換えるようなものかな。
As for the rest, judging by the way the formulas were built, it didn't look like a method for devouring a tree outright. More like they were trying to translate Titagen into something with biological properties.
それでタイタン物質をたくさん添加することは可能だけど、デンドロンを取り込むのはやっぱり無理だから。
Would you break Titagen down to it absorbing an entire tree? Not a chance.
もしかしたらタイタンの特徴を参考に生物兵器か何かを作ろうとしてるのかな。
They have been trying to mimic Titan traits? That as the basis for some kind of bioweapon? Her words struck a chord. A ripple of unease spread through my mind.
エッタは分析員に一度負けました。あの性格ですから、きっとすぐにリベンジを図るでしょう。
They had lost to you once.
分析員にとってもチャンスかもしれません。
Knowing her, she's bound to want a rematch. When that time comes, it might be your best shot. So...
愛しい分析員、待ち遠しいな。私たちが現実で会う時がね。
I think I can see where this might be going.
分析員、どうしたの？
Potentially turning Titagen into something biological, and then Eda can potentially implant her psyche into that thing, and that's how we'll meet face to face. Maybe. I'm gonna put a question mark over this because I don't know if that's really what's going on here, but I'm fine. A creeping suspicion had begun to take shape. I forced it back, with a steady breath, and shifted my gaze to Lizzie, who had frozen in place. staring at the file. Maybe she had already put the pieces together and figured out her advisor's secret. Lizzie?
ああ、分析員お兄ちゃん。
Alright.
私は平気だよ。
Hekidayo. Heki, I assume that means okay. Sort of like Daijobu. Tried to sound composed, but the tremble in her voice gave her away. A crack in the calm, just shy of tears.
先生はこのシステムのせいで殺されたのかな。
So, Tia was killed because of this system? I think so.
昔先生から聞いたんだ。アクロポリス学院は純粋に真理を追い求める場所だから好きなんだって。だから学院を守りたいんだって。
Once told me she loved the Academica Acropolis because it was a place built on the pure pursuit of truth, and that she'd protect it out of the
あの
cost.
時はまだ言ってる意味がわからなかったけど。
Back then,
No.
I didn't really get what she meant. Now,
先生はアクロポリス学院のためにあのシステムを研究してたのかな。
that system, the one she left behind, wasn't just tech. It was her way of shielding the Acropolis.
フィロゾアの木馬、
Hmm,
なんでこんな名前にしたのか
I
分
think
かっ
I
た
get
気
it
がす
too.
る。
The Pelosian horse. I think I finally understand why she named the
あの
project
メールも
that.
システムも私に残したものじゃなくて先生が。
That email, that system, they weren't the true legacy she meant to leave me. What she really wanted to pass on was... Trailed off suddenly, paused.
分析員お兄ちゃん、思いついちゃったかも。
Oh.
先生が残してくれたものがどこにあるのかを。
Think I might know where Miss Tia left something for me. Lifted her hands, cupping them gently as if holding a flower
これが先生の計画なら私が。
All of this was part of her plan. I will. No. Can't let you hand over the Pelosian horse. It's too dangerous. If I recall, you said you never managed to finish that back door.
でも先生はもう。
But Miss Tia said in the email that she... I remember. I read it too. That's exactly why we need to be the ones to take it from here. Because letting someone else pull the strings? That's never been my style. Tomorrow, give them, and it, the show they've been waiting for. After reassuring Lizzie, I took a breath, gathered my thoughts, now sharp and certain, and opened a comms channel. The line had barely rung once before someone picked up. Oh! Hotties spotted.
あら、分析。
Ora,
やっと私たちのことを思い出したのね。
finally decided to think of us, huh? Yes, Katya. We're near Philosia right now, correct?
近くというか、もう中にいるわ。待機しすぎてつまんなかったから、先に
Generous.
アクロポリス学園に入ったのよ。
We got tired of waiting and let's just say we're already inside the Academica Acropolis.
分析。ここは何か面白いものがあるみ
There's
たい。
definitely something interesting brewing down here.
でも、ほぼ人がいなくて変ね。アクロポリス学院の人たちは、私たちの知らない間に引っ越してるみたい。
Part is, the place feels deserted. Looks like the Acropolis staged a quiet relocation while nobody was.
そういえば、分析。
So you've been MIA for ages, what?
何かそうだよ。何かあったの
We're hoping to accidentally bump into you.
タイミング見計らって道でばったり会うつもりだったのに。
Surprise you, you know. Let's just say things got rather exciting.
へえ。そう。
Eh? Long story short, I need both of you now.
そう。今度は早く行ってちょうだい。
Right,
私の分析員。
about time. embarrassing to admit, but I've been waiting for you to say that, Adjutant. Feels good to finally hear it. Well then. What's the plan? Tomorrow at 9 a.m., we'll be at the public trial in the Hall of Truth, Frontline Town. Let's meet up before then. After a few quick safety reminders, I ended the call.
分析員さん、明日が公開審理ということは
Adjutant, the trial's tomorrow, which means... Yeah, tomorrow's the final showdown. After that, the whole truth will finally come to light.
明日
Ashita, tomorrow. Ashita means tomorrow.
わかりました。分析員さん。
Understood, Seki-san. Adjutant. At 6 p.m., rather worn out, we finally left the contamination section and arrived at the hotel arranged by the Acropolis. We'd been on the move all day, exhaustion shown on everyone's faces.
僕腹減ったもうペコペコだよ肉食べたい
Boku haraeta. I'm assuming that means I'm hungry. And then peko peko, I think that's like a onomatopoeia. Obviously, niku tabetai means I'm hungry, I want to eat. Niku means meat, tabetai means want to eat, I want to eat meat.
分析員も一緒に来るよな
Adjutant, come with me, pretty please. Maybe. She whines so adorably no one could have turned her down. I patted her head and looked at the others. We haven't had a proper meal all day. Let's all grab something together, yeah?
明日の最終決戦に向けて
That's
体
right.
力を回復しないと
We gotta build up our strength for tomorrow's big showdown. I couldn't see her face, but her voice rang out clear and determined.
賛成
I second that idea. But when I turned to Vidya, her response caught me off guard.
分析員さん、ちょっと考えたいことがあるので先に出てください。
To think through, you go on ahead without me. She had seemed distant ever since we left the lab, and I couldn't help but worry. But before I could say anything, she was already rounding the corner. Hope nothing happens to her. After dinner with Etchel, Fritia, and Lizzie, it was close to 7 p.m. I walked Etchel back to her room, then turned to say goodnight to Fritia, but paused. Fritia,
分析員どうしたのもしかしてフリティア先生と別れるのが寂しいの
listen to her. What is it, Adjutant? Having a hard time saying goodbye to your favorite professor? Yes, that's exactly it. I'm having a very hard time. I looked at her for a moment, and thought. Swing by my room later tonight, will you? I think I caught her off guard.
わかったシャワーを浴びておくね
Oh boy, she thinks she's getting some. You know what this reminds me of? Is the episode where Marin Kitagawa thought she was gonna have sex with Gojo in My Joseph Darling. Only difference is we're not getting a bunch of energy drinks. Her cheeks flushed as she spoke, and she gave a little skip, like an excited bunny, and darted off. I stood there for a while, thinking. She probably got the wrong idea, but then again, it didn't really need clearing up. After seeing Professor Fritia off, I went straight to Vidya's room without wasting a second. She had been unusually quiet all evening, and I couldn't just let it slide.
時間が足りなさすぎる。
Just not enough
ちゃん
time.
とやってみせなきゃ。
I've got to give it my all.
だってせっかく分析員さんと一緒に任務に出てるんだよ。
It's not every day I get to be on a mission with the adjutant.
今
What
回
is
で
she
ヒロインに
doing?
なれなくてもせめて分析員さんに強い印象を与えないと。
And if I can't be the leading lady this time, I have to leave. So she wants to do something that will leave an lasting impression.
ダメ。諦めちゃダメ。
I can't just give up now.
ダメダメダメダメ。
Oh, no, no, no way. I had raised my hand to knock, but froze as I caught her voice through the door. Pacing, rambling, her nerves practically vibrating through the wall. Just as I thought. Seemed like she was stressing out about the case. With the day's investigation complete, we had collected every critical piece of evidence. What was left was just a matter of connecting the dots. We'd been lost in thought the entire trip back from the contaminated section.
リディア、これは一生に一度のチャンスかもしれないからね。
This might be your only chance.
もう一度やってみて。
Come on, one more try.
できるんだから。
You can do it, Gambare. I believe in you. Alright, that's getting a bit dramatic. I shook my head with a wry smile, and then came a shriek from inside the room. I didn't knock. Instincts kicked in, and I slammed the door open. Vid? But the moment the door flew wide, the words caught in my throat. I'm just gonna say, I think something sexy is gonna happen here. There we go. Yep. What I saw inside was an incredible sight to behold. My. I honestly had no idea how to even begin to describe the psychological shock. No, this is where you go, ara. Whoa. Adjutant? Honestly speaking, that's not too bad a fall. I've seen worse. I watched Tulaveru. I've seen worse.
もしかして転びすぎて幻覚を見てる？
Did I hit my head and start hallucinating? No. Flat on her back, sprawled in a wholly unguarded pose that left little to the imagination, Lydia stared up at me in astonishment, eyes wide and misty, cheeks flaming. So, this is the incredible fall you were talking about earlier? No way! This wasn't just in my head, it's really you? Yeah, I'm afraid not, lady. Stammering, she scrambled to her feet, cupping her burning hot cheeks, completely lost for her. High school DxD had a lot better ecchi, for real. Watching her flustered appearance, the truth dawned on me. Vidya, that fall just now, are you... She dropped her gaze, nervously poking at her chest with one finger.
はい、練習していまして。
So she's practicing! Practicing how to fall, oh my god.
早く分析員さんに見せたくて。
Basically, I really wanted to, show you. Her voice was barely more than a whisper, but her eyes flicked to mine, searching for a reaction.
分析員さん、どうでしたか？
What did I think? A very impressive performance. I honestly had no idea if that was the right thing to say. But it lit her up like a star. She beamed, cheeks still burning, hands pressed to her face.
気に入ってくれて嬉しいです。何度も転んだ甲斐がありました。
If you liked it, then all that effort was totally worth it. So was she like literally just trying to fall this entire time? Just... Maybe don't put yourself through quite so much next time, okay?
わかりました。さっきのは誤解です、分析員さん。私は普段から真面目ですよ。
Right. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm usually professional, I believe you. She cleared her throat and straightened up, putting on an air of mock dignity. Seeing her still in the mood to exchange banter with me put my mind at ease. Well, as long as you are all right.
それは、もしかして私のことを心配してます？
Worried about you, of course. What do you think?
なるほど。 さっきの私、分析員さんを心配させてたんです
Did
ね。
make you worry just now. She frowned and genuinely conflicted. It's not really the point, Vidya. I let out a quiet sigh and gave her a bye smile. I hadn't been trying to make her feel guilty. Hey, don't overthink it. Just thought today's investigation might have pushed you a little hard. Honestly, I'd rather you just tell me what's on your mind. Ask for help when you need it instead of trying to carry it all by yourself. For some reason, she suddenly froze. What's wrong?
ダメかもしれません。
She's about to lose it! What?
急にあんなかっこいいセリフを言われたら。
When you talk like that, all smooth and serious. Oh man, so it makes her imagination run wild.
でも、分析員さん、大丈夫ですから。
You guys get a treat. You'll get to see my cat if he's willing to come up here. Are you coming up? Aiki. Can only partially see him. This is him. He's right here. Hang on a sec. Hang on. So, this is my boy. I know some of you probably, if you're still here, probably know him if you've watched me before. This is my boy. This is
確かに事
Daiki.
件のことで悩んでますが、大した悩みではありません。
Sure, this case is a pain, but it's not that bad.
徹夜して考え直せば、すんなり解決すると思います。
It is indeed a kitty. And there he goes. So I'm probably gonna hang out with him for a little while after I do this, because he's awake now. I think he's getting something to eat. Chunky? He's not chunky, he's just big. You take that back. I'll not have you insult my son by calling him fat. Don't make me come through that screen. Now, he's actually very big for his age. So he's 1 year old and he's 13 pounds. But a lot of that is like size. So he's not like fat. He's just big. That's it. Spill it. What's bothering you?
わかりました。
Wakarimashita. She quickly sat down and laid out everything she had pieced together so far. She'd already built a solid theory about who the culprit was and how the murder was carried out. All she lacked now was the final, decisive piece of evidence. Just earlier, the Acropolis had confirmed the autopsy results. The victim had died from massive internal bleeding caused by organ trauma.
今はっきりしているのは、本当の凶器は観測の刃ということです。
We can say it with near certainty now, the true murder weapon was the observer's blade.
ですが、犯人がどうやって観測の刃を手に入れたのかがわかりません。
But how did the
それから
killer get their hands on it?
犯人はどうやって一切の痕跡も残さず観測の刃を手に入れて、犯行を密室殺人に見せかけて、その上メスまで持ち去ったのか。
And more importantly, how did they use that thing to set up a locked room scene and steal the scalpel, all without leaving a trace?
研究室に置いてあるものでパズルを埋めようとしたんですけど、
I've
や
tried
っぱり
lining
鍵と
everything
なる
up
何かが足りなくて、
with what we found in the lab, but something's not clicking.
何か大事なことを見落としているような気がします。
Feels like there's still a piece I overlooked. We're already close to the truth, Vidya. Really close. All it takes is spotting one slip up, a single weak point, and from there, you'll be able to unravel the rest.
好きですか？
Weak point. Take another look at this, and think back to everything we uncovered in the Titan Science lab. You'll see it, and once you do, you'll realize she didn't just slip up once. That was a eureka moment, I think. So I actually like this animation right here. I kind of wish they did it more like this.
分析員さん、わかりました。
She's got it.
あれだけ私たちを観測の刃から遠ざけたのは、特性を知られたくないからだけでなく、
The reason she was so desperate to keep us away from the Observer's blade wasn't just to stop us from figuring out its
観測の
properties.
刃だけで彼女の容疑が立証されてしまうからです。
It's because that blade is the one piece of evidence that proves she's the killer. Now that you figure it out, tomorrow at the
確
trial,
実に言い逃れできないようにします。
I'll make sure she doesn't have a single excuse left to stand on. Watching her now, back straight, eyes blazing with determination, I felt the last of the weight lift from my mind.
ですが、もう一つ気になるところが、
But one thing still bugs me.
犯人はどうやって観測の刃を手に入れたんでしょう。
How did the killer even get a hold of River's blade? That's another truth entirely.
もう一つの真実？
Mototsu. It's even more dangerous. I could see the questions in her eyes. Without certain details about Etta, she couldn't assemble the full picture. Vidya, there are things I can't share right now. Is that alright? I wanted to tell her everything. I really did. But for the plan to hold, she had to stay genuinely unaware. At least for now. Didn't hesitate. A warm smile answered me. One hand rested over her heart as if she was taking of it.
分析員さんのことは信じて疑いません。
It's because you've been to completely unconditionally trust the adjutant.
だから分析員さんも
Ever you
どんな時
need,
も
whenever you need.
私を信じてくださいね。
Violet eyes shone with quiet. Held each other's gaze until she looked away, cupping her cheeks.
このセリフ、ずっと前から言うタイミングを伺ってました。言えるチャンスがあってよかったです。
So she's been rehearsing this line. Another thing she can cross off her bucket list. She finally said it out loud.
何か変でしょうか？
Super cringy? Cringy? No. Heart melting. Assuring. That was super cringy. Smiling, I reached out and cupped her cheek. Her heartbeat suddenly fluttered. Fingertips. Mine kept pace.
分析員さん、
Breathy whisper brushed against senses like a kiss, making my breaths quicken. Then I...
分析員さん？
Oh, question. Voice immediately shifted to confusion, tinged with a hint of disappointment. Just need to send a quick message. I fired off a message to Freetia, set the terminal aside.
分析員さん！もう
Oh, what's going on here? Did I just hear pants unzipping? That is 100% clothing being removed. That is the sound of clothing being removed. I know, I recognize that sound. Alright, so he just had sex. At 10 p.m., I welcome Freetia into my room. And she's staring.
分析員からいい匂いがする。
Adjutant, you smell nice. Oh dear, she smells her on me. She smells Vidya on me. Probably because I just had a bath. With Vidya. And it wasn't exactly a quick one.
なるほど。
Paused, a faint blush rising to her cheeks. Then, with sudden bold lifts, she lifted her chin.
私を夜にこっそり来させた意味、分かってるからね。
Oh my god. She totally get. No, she does not totally get it. She gets nothing. Calling me to your room this late so secretly. She knows exactly what's.
嬉しいの。や
Oh no, how do we tell her?
っと私の良さに気づいたんだね。
You finally realized how amazing your adorable Professor Freetia is. This is
柔
exactly.
らかくていい匂いがする私を抱きしめて寝たらどんなに気持ちいいか気になってきたんでしょ。
Couldn't help yourself, right? You want to know what it's like to snuggle up in bed with your soft, warm little sunshine, huh?
もしかして外れた？
What am I going to do now? I didn't hesitate. I pulled her straight into my arms. Up, my cat is right. I keep doing. You nailed it. See this? The adjutant knows what to do. He knows how to play the game.
まったく
Next
今
time,
度は
just
素
say
直
it
に
up
言うんだ
front.
よ。
There's nothing.
私と一緒に寝たいって別に恥ずかしいことじゃないから。
That's right. There's nothing wrong with wanting to cuddle your sweet, snuggly Professor Freetia. He's right down there. You cannot see him. I guess so. We just got finished with Vidya, and now we're getting on with Freetia. I will let you know the adjutant, he gets around. There's a reason I'm playing this game. We're right. I nodded in agreement. Just seeing her beam like that was enough to lift the weight that had been dragging at my chest all day. Like sunlight breaking through a storm cloud. Before we get any of that, I need your help with something important, Professor Freetia. Guys, hang on one second. We'll get to this in just a second, but cat butt. How could you possibly say that's chunky? That no. At least for a little while. I took out a small data disk, the one Director Tao had passed to me via Caroline. Just before I left Yggdrasil headquarters.
これは
Wait, is
小
that...
型スピンドルシステムのドライブ？
I remember the spindle system! You recognized it at a glance. Impressive. No, he's very slim. Just big. He's just big. I locked eyes with her, face solemn. This was my ace in the hole. The piece I had been holding back for the final play. Back during the Charon Sea Base incident, I had managed to secure a vial of confinement serum, specialized virus designed to neutralize rogue programs. But I wasn't sure it'd still be effective against its latest iteration. I believe it is Etta. And considering it was already aware of the serum's existence, there was a good chance it had built-in countermeasures by now. That's why I needed something stronger. A weapon only Professor Freetia could help me build. Alright, I assume we're done here. Oh man. This is a long one. Holy crap. Alright. So, we are now finished for the day. I don't particularly care about this. We're gonna do this right now, but we're not actually gonna do this. There we go. I don't need any of this. Motherfucker. It wants me to keep doing these. Nope. I'm sure there's gonna be another one. Nope, we're good. Okay. So we are now ending this stream for the day. Thank you guys for joining me for this hour, 30-minute long stream. I am tired. My voice feels kind of gone, and I want to play with my cat because he's been ignoring me most of the day. Like he sort of slept on my leg when I was reading a while ago, but for the most part, he's been ignoring. Thank you, Tin Can, for joining me. You've been on here like every single day since I started playing Snowbreak, so I really appreciate that. I will go get some rest. Good luck with your... I'm hoping you're done with your homework. Good luck with your work and the rest of your schooling. All right, and I will probably be online early tomorrow morning, streaming likely Space Marine 2. We'll see what's going on. I don't know yet. If I'm online tomorrow, I'll probably be Space Marine 2. So, and I think I might stream at this time from now on, like 1-ish. I think that's probably just a little easier for me, because later in the night, I do other things. I finish up some work. This is like a good time to take a quick break from what I'm doing. Watch the Almighty Loli. I don't know what Almighty Loli you're watching is, but you enjoy that, cat. Anyways, I will see you guys later. You all have a great day. If I don't see you tomorrow, you have a good weekend as well. Let me put some music on for you guys. Just a bit. I'll see you all later.
悲しくてもう先なんてないから